I can't hear any music. Yeah. Good morning. Here we are from Phuket, Thailand. We're on the edge of the Shiraf National Park, and it's early in the morning. We've got the debut of the Iyara triathlon. We've got international athletes, 25%, so 1 in 4. It's been very well supported internationally, and this has been a incredibly put together event. As we can see outside, the heavens have opened up and the rain is pouring down, but that's okay. In September here in Thailand, we get these big downpours, and then it can easily just turn the taps off and the sun can come out at any point. So looking at the athletes here, they're all running to get ready, and they've got their bikes in. Just went down and had a look at the swim course. We've got a little bit of, probably a bit of a swell there, but nothing which I think will stop the event from happening. We'll see what they do with the weather in regards to holding off, or if they start the gun on time. We'll find out a little later, but it's a very exciting morning. All the athletes are walking around, big smiles on their faces, and they've worked very, very hard to get to this point, all the training that's gone in. For everybody who's coming in from Facebook link, thank you for coming in. We'll, I think, be live on schedule. We'll let you know if the weather holds us off at all. Hello to everybody who's logging in online, and a shout out to all the camera crew that we've got out there, the marshals who'll be looking after the supervising the event, and all the team that we've got here in our studio in the office here. But it is raining, unfortunately. We've got heavy rain which is hit. It looks like it's just starting to dry up a little bit. As I was saying before, that can happen in Thailand. You get a very big downpour, and then all of a sudden it just stops. So if that's the heavens opening up and we have that, and then it cuts out, I think everybody will be in a fantastic race day feeling. But no doubt there's, a number of nervous and excited athletes out there. They've been training so hard to get this, and this is the debut event. So we're excited. You've got lots of athletes coming in from overseas, Bangkok athletes coming in as well, and of course here in Phuket there's an incredible triathlon community. So seeing Nick there, Nick's from Sweden. Hello, Nick. Shout out to you, my friend. He's been training hard. Recently, I saw him in the Kalmar. You've got Mint there from Thailand, from Bangkok, and you can see the Z coaching. In terms of there's the Jürgen Z coaching. You can see a lot of athletes wearing that today, including the Egger family just there. Fantastic runners, amazing athletes there, and they'll be participating, mother and daughter there, but they'll be participating in their relative age groups. There's a time, 5:48. Hello there to, I saw Rachel, incredible swimmer. She'll be She'll be out, one of the first women, I think, out today in the swim, and a very good age group podium possibility. See how she goes on the bike. If she's anywhere near the front by the bike, she'll come home easy on the run. Incredibly fit at the moment and doing well. So it looks like people are still huddled under with some rain, but it doesn't look too bad. I don't want to put us off in regards to this is an all-weather event. Certainly we're going to have people still racing today. Swaddy Cup to you. Hi. Fantastic getting the camera crew out there just walking around and saying hi and g'day to everybody as you can see it's a fantastic event. Lots of lights, lots of people. It's really been put on extremely well. All the signage around. So anyone who's chosen this as their triathlete event for Thailand, congratulations for all the sponsors as well that we've got. Amazing Thailand, Central Phuket, Stealth, etc. There's been a lot of support for this incredible event, which is held in low season typically. This is September, where it rains just about every day, so I don't think any of the athletes would not be expecting some weather ailments, and it's completely normal to have early morning rain, and then it can clear up beautifully. So anybody here for the first time normally would get a little bit nervous when they see the rain coming down, but this bike will be a double lap for the Olympic disc. So it's a double lap of the 20 Ks, so it won't have the Nithon hills in it. You'll have more of a flat course, so I expect it to be quite speed. There's one raise that you have, one sort of downhill that's just past the airport there, but the reason why I'm bringing that into the conversation is we're expecting it to be, quite safe in the bike ride, and hoping everybody does take care. It can be very slippery when you have one of these downpours like this, because it happens so heavily. But I think there'll be, people thinking about whether or not they're been practicing in the rain, and I'm sure once it gets started, they'll be excited. So we're probably moments away. I think the race has been called on, or we're waiting. Looks like we've got an A-OK so far. And again, it just poured down, but nothing to be unexpected in September and here in Thailand and Phuket. Having a look there with the camera and the athletes, thumbs up there. He's been keeping dry, kept himself under the tent there. Smart guy, keeping dry before the race begins. A lot of these Z coaching athletes there. Good morning to these guys. They're all sitting there having a powwow, having a chat before they get ready. Group of athletes there. Look, you see smiles on their faces. They've all been training so hard, and it's a wonderful day, an amazing event. You've got people just from everywhere coming in. From 25%, as I said, international athletes have come in for today, so incredible turnout. And I'll be saying it a lot. Congratulations to Phuket and the triathlon community for getting behind this, and to the sponsors and to the event organisers as well. It's fantastic to have something in off-season and low season here in Thailand, and everyone's been working hard to get out there onto the racetrack. So the swim, which we'll kick off with when it gets the all clear, is a 750-metre course. It's a triangle shape. It's going to be quite exciting because you're going to get the Olympic distance doing it twice. So we're going to see the fast group take off first, which we traditionally do with the pros, etc., and then the age groupers. And I think we'll be going, I think it'll be a rolling start. It looks like probably we'll have 5 or 6 people at a time. So it's going to be quite an exciting swim start. And then the transition area is really well done. Just out there before, it's all in the one area. And what I mean by that is it's really close to the beach. So you basically get straight off the sand onto the transition area. There's not going to be a long walk or anything like that people need to carry their bikes, particularly after that as they switch straight into the run. So heavens are opening, and with the rain is coming down, and the sun is soon to shine and smile on us, hopefully. But that's what you can expect. we're probably on pause right now until the weather cheers up a bit. Cleaning there the screen. Good morning there to Alan, one of the camera crew out there, and making sure that we've got dry cameras out there as we look after this event. We'll be with you the whole time. So friends and family that have linked into this page, good morning to you. Hopefully you've had your coffee, you're perked up and excited as I am to be calling this event with all the fabulous athletes. If you see me looking down, there's a monitor in front of me, so I'll be making sure I've got my race stats and various athletes, etc., their names, and I'll be able to keep you on track of where your family member is, or if you're following the age groupers, or of course the lead men. That's where we'll have a running camera with a motorcycle, so you'll see the lead, and we'll be following that throughout the whole coverage. We'll also switch to the female lead runners, hoping to get both number 1, number 2 there, depending on how far they are from each other, and we'll be able to track that the whole time when they're on the bike, with the trailing camera that you have on the back of the scooter, and of course the run. The run's actually going to be really exciting to watch. It's again a double loop, as I've said, for both the swim and the bike, the double loop on the run, which will be fantastic because that's keeping everybody tied together. And from a athlete's point of view, it's going to be a very interesting race because you'll be able to see, a lot of the times you can't in a lot of the events, you should be able to see how far ahead the person is. So we'll be seeing a lot of tactics, I think, in terms of that, because that normally doesn't come into the race sort of strategy for the elite athletes. I think what they normally do is pace themselves, but we'll be seeing what tactics they do, whether they go out early or hold on to the end, and we'll be kicking off fairly soon, provided the rain clears up. And it's certainly coming down for the time being, but everyone's smiling. Duty there, one of the young Thai athletes here from Phuket. His dad's Chana from Bike Works, one of the guys of the community. If you need your bike fixed, he's always around these events, making sure everyone's bike's ready for the race day. But they are getting together. We'll be waiting for the all clear. Looking at my clock, it's still 4 minutes to 6. And it looks like the day's just breaking through, so we should be on sunlight soon as the sun rises. And it was a beautiful morning this morning. It was actually expecting to be a lot of wind, and that's the conditions that often makes the running and the riding quite difficult. And considering where the weather is in regards to the rain, the weather's pretty good. Yesterday, as we looked at the weather conditions, we was expecting up to 30-kilometre gusts, and I can say that's held off for the time being. So there's not really a white cap out there on the swim course. It's relatively flat for this time of year, and it should allow, with the bike course, which I'm expecting to be quite fast, to be good, because you can actually get very strong either northerly or southerlies. And so when they turn on the 402, which is the main highway, which is anyone who's been to Phuket's connecting sort of Phuket town to the airport at the 402, that's where they're really going to hit their strides and get up to 40 kilometres plus, and get in position. So provided that you can see there not a lot of wind, which is fantastic on that flag there. It's just gently going. So we're expecting this weather to clear, and once that clears, we should be off and racing as planned. Just 2 minutes to go. I don't have a countdown timer in front of me, but if we're still good to go and it's been cleared, 2 minutes to go, we'll be kicking off. I think we will get a gauge, because the athletes will need to get into position, and they haven't done that as yet. Everyone just sitting there waiting, and athletes are keeping themselves warm and going back and forth. the Iyara, the debut event here that we've had in Shiraf National Park, a beautiful venue. What you can't see yet is this is actually right on the beautiful coastline. Obviously, you've got the sea course there, but coming in here yesterday for the briefing, it was absolutely gorgeous. You've got this tree-lined street, picture Instagram-worthy beach there. It's just absolutely fantastic, beautiful cove there. It really has been a fantastic event chosen in terms of location. The day once you get the sun to rise, you'll see we're going to be spoilt here in regards to location. Phuket clearly known as a tourism hub, and it's going to be fantastic. Bit of weather kicking in now. You've got some stronger winds, but hopefully that continues to allow the swim to kick off on time. I'm just going to take a little break for the time being, get myself some water, and be with you shortly after we have the weather hopefully clearing. So stick with us, and we'll be back shortly. Have they delayed the start, or 6 now? But there's no athletes on the. I switched to the main commentator now. Yeah.
Because with so many people want to join us, and if you have feedback, so please come to us, and we will give you advice for this race. And I hope so, everyone. We will see you again on the podium.
ใช่แล้วนะครับเพราะวันนี้เนี่ยถือว่าพวกเราทุกคนก็มาเจอกับทั้งสภาพฝนนะครับแล้วก็สภาพปัจจัยต่างๆเราจะก้าวไปด้วยกันนะครับเพื่อก้าวขึ้นมาโพเดียมนี้แล้วก็รับรางวัลกันหรือว่าท่านใดไม่ได้ขึ้นโพเดียมในรอบนี้ไม่เป็นไรนะครับก็เก็บความสนุกสนานของภูเก็ตไตรอัยราไว้ได้นะครับ
จริงๆเข้าเส้นชัยแค่นี้ก็สุดยอดแล้วนะคะ We are waiting for you at the finishing line and say your name. I hope to say your name on the stage also, and please come back to join us for award ceremony.
วันนี้แก๊งหนึ่งที่บอกว่ามั่นใจมากแก๊งเนวี่ของเราบอกว่ามั่นใจใช่ไหมครับทุกสภาพอากาศใช่ไหมครับไหนแก๊งเนวี่อยู่ไหนไหนบอกไม่เราเห็นกันหน่อย
แก๊งอะไรนะ
แก๊งเนวี่ของเรานะครับแก๊งทหารเรือของเรานะครับมาอยู่ไหนโบกไม้โบกมือกันหน่อย
พี่ทหารเรือนี่ฝั่
งนี้ด้วยไหมครับฝั่งนี้ด้วยนะครับโบกไม้โบกมือมากันหลากหลายมากนะครับ
ทหารเรือปี1เหรอคะกับทหารเรือปี2อย่างนี้เหรอ
พี่เขาบอกว่าต่อให้คลื่นสูงประมาณ8 เมตรเนี่ยก็ว่ายน้ำได้สบายนะครับ
8 เมตรนี่ตึกกี่ชั้นน่ะ
อันนี้พี่เขาบอกว่าข่าวลือนะครับใช่ครับเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยวันนี้เดี๋ยวเราจะตรวจเช็คเรื่องของสภาพอากาศนะครับสภาพคลื่นก่อนจากเลสไดเรคเตอร์ของเราว่าตอนนี้สภาพน้ำเนี่ยเป็นอย่างไรบ้างสภาพคลื่นในทะเลเป็นอย่างไรบ้าง
And so we would like to say sorry for a bit late because now we are checking for the weather first. How do you go to swimming, or is it good for all of you or not? And that's after this we will go to the opening ceremony first. After this we will have for first race is a duathlon together.
ครับต้องขอสวัสดีท่านรองผู้ว่านะครับพร้อมกับท่านหัวหน้าส่วนราชการทุกภาคส่วนนะครับในจังหวัดภูเก็ตแล้วก็ส่วนราชการรวมไปถึงผู้สนับสนุนด้วยนะครับผมอนบกิติกุลครับ
สวัสดีค่ะดิฉันมิ้นท์ รัพิรัตน์ค่ะ
เราสองคนรับหน้าที่เป็นพิธีกรพร้อมกับพิธีกรกิตติมศักดิ์ของเราก็คือพี่โซเฟียนั่นเองนะครับเรา3คนก็ทำหน้าที่พิธีกรในภูเก็ตไตรอัยราในครั้งนี้นะครับ
My name is Min Rapirat and my co-host is Kun Anop Kittikun, and of course we have a celebrity MC for hosting this race, Kun Sophia. We stay together and cheer up all of you until the finish of this race, and welcome once again to Phuket Tri Ayara 2023 at Phuket.
ซึ่งครั้งนี้นะครับจังหวัดภูเก็ตแล้วก็สำนักงานการท่องเที่ยวและกีฬาจังหวัดภูเก็ตร่วมด้วยภาคส่วนต่างๆในจังหวัดภูเก็ตนะครับและภาคเอกชนได้จัดภูเก็ตไตรอัยราขึ้นมานะครับมีจำนวนนักกีฬาเข้าแข่งขันกว่า500 คนจากกว่า28เชื้อชาติเลยนะครับ
And of course we also have so many athletes from 28 countries around the world and 28 nationalities such as like America, USA, Vietnam, Xin chào. And of course we have like Indonesia, Singapore, Philippines, and cover so many countries. And we'd like to welcome all of you once again.
ใช่แล้วนะครับครั้งนี้เนี่ยเขาถือว่าเป็นกิจกรรมครั้งสำคัญนะครับที่พวกเราทุกคนจะได้ส่งเสริมนะครับการท่องเที่ยวแล้วก็การกีฬาในจังหวัดภูเก็ตนะครับที่ได้รับความนิยมอยู่แล้วเนี่ยให้ได้รับความนิยมเพิ่มมากขึ้นเพราะว่านอกเหนือจากนักกีฬาจะได้พบกับสนามที่ท้าทายความสามารถแล้วนะครับนักกีฬาก็ยังมีโอกาสได้ชมความงดงามของภูเก็ตซึ่งบริเวณนี้ก็เป็นอุทยานแห่งชาติสิรินาถนะครับซึ่งมีความอุดมสมบูรณ์ของทั้งทะเลนะครับแล้วก็พื้นที่ป่าด้วยจะเป็นแหล่งสำคัญของการวางไข่ของเต่าทะเลแล้วก็เป็นพื้นที่อนุรักษ์พันธุ์แล้วก็ป่าชายทะเลด้วยนะครับ
And of course this dress you can enjoy the scenic view with spectacular view at Sirinat National Park right here together
แน่นอนที่สุดนะครับว่าตลอดช่วงเวลาที่นักกีฬาได้มีโอกาสมาแข่งขันภูเก็ตไตรอัยรานะครับก็จะมีส่วนสำคัญในการส่งเสริมการท่องเที่ยวแล้วก็ขับเคลื่อนเศรษฐกิจนะครับในพื้นที่จังหวัดภูเก็ตด้วยและด้านหลังเราสองคนก็จะเป็นโล่รางวัลนั่นเองนะครับ
And this is our trophy for anyone is the winner for this dress
ซึ่งการแข่งขันครั้งนี้นะครับเราก็จะมีทั้งระยะโอลิมปิกนะครับระยะสปรินต์นะครับทวิกีฬานะครับแล้วก็เป็นทีม3คนด้วยนะครับ
We have Olympic distance, sprint distance, and of course corporate 3 is like a team relay
ใช่แล้วนะครับก็ถือว่าเป็นกิจกรรมที่จะรวบรวมนะครับทุกกิจกรรมนะครับเข้าด้วยกันทั้งว่ายน้ำทั้งปั่นจักรยานแล้วก็การวิ่งในเส้นทางที่มีความงดงามอย่างมากทีเดียวนะครับอย่างพื้นที่ของเราเนี่ยก็เป็นพื้นที่ที่มีทั้งทะเลที่มีความงดงามแล้วก็พื้นที่ปั่นจักรยานที่พิธีกรสาวของผมสำรวจเส้นทางแล้วเป็นยังไงบ้างครับ
เป็นพื้นที่ที่มีความเป็นธรรมชาติแล้วก็ท้าทายสำหรับนักกีฬาเลยค่ะเพราะว่านอกจากจะได้ชมธรรมชาติสวยๆตลอด2ข้างทางคือเรามีการขึ้นลงเนินสลับกับพื้นที่นะคะที่หลายๆคนอยากมาต้องบอกว่าเป็น dream destination
ใช่ครับโดยเฉพาะพื้นที่อุทยานแห่งชาติสิรินาถเนี่ยนะครับก็เป็นพื้นที่ที่สะดวกมากเพราะว่านักท่องเที่ยวหลายคนบอกกับผมนะครับบอกว่าสะดวกมากเวลาก่อนจะเดินทางกลับเวลาก่อนจะไปสนามบินภูเก็ตเนี่ยก็แวะสัมผัสกับทะเลที่มีความสวยงามไม่แพ้ที่ใดเลยนะครับแล้วก็ทานอาหารทะเลที่แสนอร่อยก่อนที่จะบินกลับประเทศของเขาหรือจังหวัดของเขาเนี่ยนะครับ
And of course ladies and gentlemen we are so proud to present to all of you for this dress our Phuket province we have like so many like cultural so many seafood and of course we have like so many kind of people like nationality from Chinese and Thai people is mixed it together
และวันนี้นะครับสำหรับประเภทแรกที่เราจะปล่อยตัวกันนะครับก็คือทวิกีฬานั่นเองนะครับทวิกีฬาก็จะมีนักกีฬาเข้าร่วมแข่งขันมากมายเช่นเดียวกันนะครับจะเป็นประเภทแรก
ใช่ค่ะ for first race we'll do like a duathlon at the beach if after with the opening ceremony so you can go there and join us
วันนี้นะครับร่วมกันเชียร์ได้เพราะว่าชาวภูเก็ตนะครับชาวอำเภอถลางนะครับและพื้นที่ใกล้เคียงก็มาส่งกำลังใจให้กับนักกีฬาในภูเก็ตไตรอัยราครั้งนี้เพราะว่าถือว่าเป็นการต้อนรับนักกีฬาจากทั่วโลกเลยนะครับมินครับ
Please support and stay tuned together until the end of this race and we will come back for this stage again for award ceremony who get the trophy and who is the winner stay tuned
ใช่แล้วนะครับในช่วงนี้นักกีฬาก็จะไปเตรียมความพร้อมกันนะครับเพื่อเตรียมนะครับเข้าสู่การแข่งขันในครั้งนี้นะครับทั้ง3ระยะเลยนะครับ
Now our athlete is ready to do this race and of course now we will start for the opening ceremony first and we will move to the beach we also have a duathlon for the Olympic distance and sprint distance
หลังจากที่เสร็จสิ้นพิธีเปิดแล้วนะครับคณะของท่านรองผู้ว่าและหัวหน้าส่วนราชการก็จะไปร่วมกันปล่อยตัวนักกีฬานะครับบริเวณติดกับชายหาดของเรานั่นเองนะครับซึ่งจุดนั้นก็จะเป็นจุดสำหรับเส้นทางว่ายน้ำนะครับเส้นทางว่ายน้ำเนี่ยก็จะเป็น 1.5 กิโลเมตรสำหรับโอลิมปิกนะครับก็คือจะว่ายรอบทุ่นของเราและทำทุ่นเป็นสามเหลี่ยมนะครับแล้วก็ว่ายกัน2รอบก็เป็น 1.5 กิโลเมตรนั่นเองนะครับ
And of course after this for
Okay, so kicking off with some of the advertising that we'll have or looking at the community messages, we'll kick off with Z Coaching. If I look over to, we get it on and... If that doesn't get the blood pumping and the adrenaline kicking in, I don't know what will. That's the perfect thing to play just before, hopefully, the start of the Iyara triathlon here in Shiraf National Park in Phuket. Z Coaching, run by the legend, Jürgen Zach. You'll see a lot of the athletes today having the Z on their zoot suit, and exciting because that is a training program which promotes triathlon here in Phuket. And there's 2 sessions nearly every day, either a bike, a run, or a swim. But a big group of both local and also international athletes training here on the island with legend Jürgen Zach. So Z Coaching, it's available. You can see it on Facebook. Go to the Z Coaching Facebook and message Jürgen, the group there, and you'll be able to join in and participate in elite training. So start. Just the control room's just given me a fantastic message. That is the thumbs up. The thumbs up message being we're on. It looks like the all clear. Seems like the heavy rain that we had just a moment ago. You can see the pools of water there. But again, we've been saying it in September here in Phuket. It is the raining season, it is low season, so this is completely to be expected. There you can see the swim, relatively calm and relatively flat. There's not any massive white caps out there, so thank goodness for that, that the wind has kept down to a respectful level. It would add a little bit more sort of energy to the guys and gals who have been training so hard before this race begins. You know, whenever a race is slightly delayed, and they've made a fantastic call there just to get the weather to clear. And before you know it, in a blink of the eye, we could have blue, clear skies, and the wind can drop. It really is unpredictable at this time of year, but nonetheless, you're going to have a fantastic race start, which... Again, the thumbs have gone up, so we'll be just getting everybody. I can hear now the loudspeaker bringing the athletes onto the beach, and our coverage here. One of the roaming cameramen there is showing all the athletes in there. You're going to have 2 different coloured caps. You've got blue, which, if I remember from the briefing yesterday, is for the sprint, and the orange caps there is for the Olympic distance. So what's the difference? Well, the difference is the guys and gals with the orange caps will do 2 laps of the 750-metre triangular course. They go out, there's a right turn, so they out, right turn, and then back, and then those with the orange caps will do it again whilst the sprint goes straight to the transition. We'll be covering the Olympic distance, so that's the 1.5K swim. We've got the 40K bike, and then the 10K run at the end, and we'll be following that with camera crew who are out there on the beach. They're out there, and we've got transition cameras today. We've also got crew on motorbikes, and so just yelling out to the guys on the motorbikes, you drive very safely with the rain that we just saw before, and we'll get coverage around from there. But you see smiles now, people warming up, and the smiles because they know that all the hard work that they've been putting in, the efforts there, they know that the weather's cleared and they're about to kick off and have race day here in Shiraf National Park in Phuket. A very exciting morning. And it's clearing up. Look at those skies there. There's a little bit of darkness there, but it's completely normal this time of year. People warming up there. You've got a core nutrition athlete there. And here we are with the officials. They've got the smiles on. That's the start finish there. Fantastic signage that's been put up with the Iyara triathlon. The logo actually worked out is, you can tell, is an elephant on the side. That's its trunk. A fantastic symbol there of Thailand and also Phuket with all the various elephant sanctuaries that we have around here on the island. That's a little bit deceiving. That's not the wind blowing in that blue sock there. If that was, you'd be a little worried. But that's sort of like a Hong Kong Typhoon 8. No, it's the way that the camera has made that look. It's not blowing that. It's not meant to stand up straight. Behind that, you've got a little bit of flicker. Actually, have a look at the trees. It's better to look at the trees. But okay, so duathlon's just Christoph in the control room has just said the duathlon is a go and will start first. And I think they're just wisely just going to pause and then see for the weather conditions for the other races thereafter. But we've got the duathlon, which will kick off. We'll be covering the triathlon today, but wishing all the duathlon athletes the very best, hoping they have a fantastic day. And I think we're going to be kicking off very soon. Just try to hear if the speakers, if they're doing the countdown yet or not. People are ready there. You see that with the duathlon, they've got their running shoes on. They're going to hit the run, I think. Here they go. Are you ready? Yes, they are. And off they go. Quick start there. Off they are racing here in the duathlon in the Iyara Phuket Triathlon Weekend, Shriaf National Park, and off they go. He's just working out how to use it. First time user of the squeaky horn. It looks like he's just hit the squeaky horn button and spooked himself, but that got them kicking off and racing. We're not covering the triathlon, the duathlon with our cameras. That's because the triathlon is the main event, I guess, with all, but the duathlon has kicked off. We're 30 seconds into that race and wishing those athletes really well. Having a look now, and it's clearing up. Seas are pretty good. Looks pretty good to me. I'm not the race official, but I've certainly trained in heavier than that. So I think we've been fortunate that the seas are looking relatively good. The conditions. Always a... Fantastic. Okay, so we'll be bringing one of the introductions, Iyara, local legend. This is a introduction of the race in Thai, and we hope you enjoy it.
นะครับตอนนี้เรามีสนามแข่งที่จังหวัดภูเก็ตไตรอัยราผมว่าสนามนี้เนี่ยมีความมันแล้วก็ความท้าทายแอบแฝงอยู่นะครับภูเก็ตธรรมชาติสวยนะครับว่ายน้ำในทะเลนะครับบรรยากาศเนี่ยเราปั่นเส้นทางจักรยานเนี่ยมีทางขึ้นและลงนะครับแล้วก็เป็นทิวทัศน์ของป่าไม้ป่ายางเส้นทางวิ่งเนี่ยก็จะวิ่งเป็นทางเรียบในอุทยานนะครับสนามไม่ยากแต่มีความท้าทายนิดนึงสัมผัสบรรยากาศสวยๆกันรายการนี้เนี่ยรับจำนวนไม่เยอะนะครับฟรี500สล็อตนะครับก็รีบๆนะครับถ้าช้าหมดแน่นอนนะครับแล้วพบกันนะครับวันที่9-10 กันยา 2566นะครับสถานที่จัดก็คืออุทยานสิรินาถหาดนายางนะครับสนุกแน่นอนครับ
Khopun Cup, Jere, and good luck. Absolute legend here in Phuket. There's Pim, one of the star athletes recently representing Thailand in the Southeast Asia Games. He was a top 20 placed athlete, one of the younger athletes in that Southeast Asia game, but that was a sprint event. He did extremely well and he looked pretty relaxed just then, getting ready for the swim, and he'll be someone's name that I'll be calling, I think, throughout the triathlon, expecting him to do really well today. The young and the old, Babs, you could say. Not saying that Jere's old, but he's a bit older than Pim. So we'll be watching these two absolute star athletes, elite, out early, and there'll be names that I'm sure to be calling a fair bit. But thank you for Jere for the video we just saw. Amazing. He talked through the swim course, which is a 300 meters out. You can see each of those little blue boxes out there is 100 meters, and then you're a right turn, and it's 2 lots of 75, we'll call it 150 in total, and then another 300 to come in, which adds up, if my math's right, to 750, and that's the swim course. I think they're still... Okay, well, just the message there from the officials. I'll wait for the... I'm seeing smiles, and I'm going to be guessing that the athletes are getting the swim. I'd love to know from the control room if we have a green light on the swim or not. Is it a green light? I've just got the thumbs up. There it is there. The swim has been called on. And I think congratulations there to the officials who took their time to make the right call, looking at the various conditions, etc. And if you can see now, as I was saying earlier, in Phuket this time of year, you can have a downpour and then it just clears up and you can have sunshine for the... So off-season is a great time to visit Phuket. Although it can pour down, once the sun comes out, it's beautiful as normal. And the conditions look pretty good there. So we can see the swimmers are lining up, as I understand, a rolling start. You'll have 5 or 6 in the line, I believe. And now you can see people are smiling and getting excited. Super fit, looking great. I think there's Chana, local legend there. Chana Bike Works. He's been there. Hey Chana, thumbs up. Lovely guy. There he is. You go Chana. Good luck for you. Have a fantastic day. Exactly. He's just saying this guy has been an institution in regards to the community in promoting local athletes to get behind, and his son Doody will be in the race today. He had a recent second at a race that was held last week or the week before in his age group. These guys here with the navy tops on, looking super fit. They mean business. Thumbs up from them. Great work for them to join together in a group. Triathlon's one of those events you think, well, it's not just a personal type of sport. When you get the community together like we had with the Z coaching program before in regards to the promotion material there, you really do get a community and a family in regards to all the training that you're doing. And I'm just loving the fact that the weather looks to be cleared. And look at that gentle wave coming in. Guy there, smiles all around, people thumbs up, camera work there, and people are getting ready for this race. The debut event for Iyara Phuket Triathlon. And well done to the sponsors. If I look across, there's a big lot of sponsors here, all working together to promote this in Thailand. Fantastic event for tourism. As I've been saying, 25% of the athletes are international. A lot of people making the effort to fly over from various places. We actually did some training yesterday. I rode the course and did that with the Z coaching crew, but that was open to others. And we saw that there was quite a lot of people from Hong Kong. Joel Sun, Lei Ho, those who have made the effort from Hong Kong, a short 3-hour ride across, but I did see a lot of people, and Hong Kong athletes are known throughout Asia, very, very strong. And so we'll be seeing, there's also, I hear, some Japanese athletes, some elite athletes who have made the effort coming across. Well supported in terms of prize money, this event. The Bangkok Triathlon community has made a big effort as well. So it really is a high quality field. Jürgen Zach there talking to Icon. Icon's one of the up and coming. The guy is a young superstar. Expecting big things from him. He looks a little nervous, but it's just going to be go for you today. He's been doing extremely well on his running, so I expect him to finish strongly in this event. And he's just a gun swimmer, so he'll be one of the names I expect to be calling quite early on. I expect to be calling Peem Tanabol from Phuket, Thailand, particularly I think on the bike. He's looking strong there. Core athlete there in terms of core nutrition. Yes, thumbs are up, looking strong, looking ripped, looking ready to go. I think that's one of the Kuwaiti athletes. We got a few Middle Eastern athletes coming in today, so a lot of them are training on the island. It's been fantastic to see lots of different athletes coming across from various places. I was in the Middle East myself on holiday recently a few weeks ago, and it was beautiful weather. So hello for all the Middle Eastern athletes that made the effort to come across and at this wonderful event. You can see everybody getting ready. A few people looking at their watches, making sure they're charging themselves up. Anyone who's done one of these events knows that it's once that siren goes, it's on. All the training that you've been doing, all the hard work that you've had on the bike, those sessions, those grueling sessions, whether or not it's sun, rain or hail or shine, all that time that you've been doing, you think to yourself, am I ready? Am I ready to go? And I think these athletes, by the looks of it, getting your goggles set, shaking the legs, they're ready to go. One of our camera crew there, lots of media coverage here, which is fantastic. It's been well supported. And a lot of people are ready to go one of the key Thai athletes. There's the officials holding the sirens. Smiles are on, and they're smiling because I think the rain has cleared and the sun. Yep, everybody is looking super pumped. Rolling starters, I believe, so we're going to have everybody in their order, and we'll have all the elites up the front in a big line and be kicking off very soon. I haven't got the official race time yet in terms of when we're going to be starting, but it does look like it's going to be fairly soon. Just holding everybody back. You get back. Oh, high five for you. Yeah, why not? High five. There we go. Peace signs, thumbs up, people ready to go. And again, as I was saying before, just why are some people wearing blue caps and some people wearing orange caps? Blue caps won for the sprint. The sprint athletes, 750 metres for the swim for them, and for the triathletes, hey there, sprinter. Yep, she's ready to go in the sprint event. I think we're going to be kicking off first with the triathlon Olympic distance, and super high quality field here. There's a lot of really powerful elite athletes, a couple of pros in there I saw as well. Yep, hello to you, good morning. So they're getting ready, bit of jostling, bit of are you ready, and relatively calm. Waving there, that's Aaron, I think, Aaron Buchan, wearing the Z coaching over his zoot suit there. But I'm expecting big things from Aaron. He's been training extremely well and super strong in all three of the disciplines. So he's right up the front there. I think you'll be seeing this thing kick off very shortly, and the weather has been turned to a smile. The sun shining almost through the original clouds, and I'm expecting it to be a fantastic race day. We've been holding them for, it was a little bit of an extension, but a good call. You see a little bit of wave there for the event. But nonetheless, we're going to be kicking off shortly. Don't know exactly the official time when we're going to be kicking off, but nonetheless. Again, for all those who've come in from Facebook, hello and good morning. And if tracking your friends and families or just key athletes that you want to be following, here we are live at the Shiraf National Park. We're getting, I've just been heard from the control room, magic words, the start should be very soon. And here we go, we're off. Off they go. That happened pretty quickly. I didn't even get a countdown. The Olympic male event is off and we're into the water. People hitting their clocks on their Garmin watches, and we're ready to go. Number of athletes off and going already, and then a bit of a rolling start, as we said. People at the back there. So the male triathlon is green light, go. And already you'd have some of the lead guys out probably to the 100 metre mark, or not 100 metre mark, that 70 metre mark with 45 seconds there. I think the lead swimmers will be pacing probably about 1:15, 1:20. We'll see a good gauge will be when they get to the marker there. So they're coming up now. The lead is to the 100 metres, and we're clicking at 1:10. So a pretty quick start. It might be a little bit deceiving in regards to the distance there from the shore, but I think people are hitting about the 100 metre mark now already. So how do they do the swim? Or you've got a swim out 300 metres. There's 3 lots of 100 metres markers. You turn right, there's 2 lots of markers for the 75 metres, and then you turn and back to the beach again 300 metres. So 300 plus, 150 plus, 300 is your 750 metres. Then you'll see these guys in regards to the male Olympic distance do it all again. So it's a double lap, 1.5 kilometres for their swim. This is the sprint. So, and they've got one of that's Icon doing the sprint. I expect him to be doing big things. He'll be one of the leaders, I expect, in the sprint. Renata there. Hello, Renata. Indonesian athlete. Fantastic. She's been putting in lots of effort in regards to her training, so we're expecting her to do really well. And hello, good morning. Yes, these guys, I think Icon will be one of the lead guys for the sprint for sure. There's Adam from South Africa, one of the locals here, wearing his zoot suit, the zebra pants there. So good luck. Adam's an incredible cyclist, so expecting him to really motor on and do extremely well on the bike course. And so we're just pausing here, just letting the officials with their horns. I think they've used the horns a few times. The first time they did it, a few of them get a shot. Jürgen Zach there, taking the photos and pointing. There he is, local legend, triathlon legend, Jürgen Zach. Zed coaching. Anyone who's been to Thailand in terms of an elite athlete knows Jürgen Zach, and he's a fantastic promoter and supporter of these types of events. And anyone, like I saw Icon before with the Z for Zach, the Zach Attack, the German Zach Attack, known for his 8 champion Ironman wins, full distance. Chana there, ready to do the Hello Chana sprint. Local legend with his bike works. And expecting he'll be right up there with the age groupers for sure. Big smiles, seasoned athlete, lovely guy. I got a tyre flat once on one of my rides, and one of those moments when you realise this is tubeless, and I'm thinking, how am I going to get home? And next thing you know, guy on his bike, his training comes up. It was Chana, and I got a ride home. He called a friend in the back of a ute. So that's the fantastic community you get here in Phuket. Big smiles out there. Everyone's getting justly and ready, pumping the chest, ready to go. The male sprint distance. The Olympics, in regards to that distance, 4 minutes. So just doing my maths, I expect them to turn and be probably getting out around the... Can he do his maths this early in the morning? We'll see. No, I can't. I think they're going to be turning around the 7-minute mark. The leaders, I think, should be coming out. So we got 2 minutes to go, and we'll probably see the Olympic elite men coming out of the water and then doing it again. So I wonder how they're going to be doing the sprint with... Maybe they do the sprint after the leaders go through, or they're going to get them... They're going to put the sprint athletes in front of the Olympic. We'll wait and see. Who knows? I'm learning as I go. So I'm learning as we go, and it's exciting to call because it's got to be fun. A fantastic course here today. It's been really well thought out by the event organisers, and it's a great spectator event actually, because you've got the double loop for the swim, the double loop for the ride, and the double loop for the run. Meaning that all the athletes themselves can see each other primarily through the course. Obviously on the bike you won't be able to see everybody all the time, but on the run, a nice open course. I'm going to take a pause, get myself some water, and I think we're going to be going live soon to the sprint. Bear with me, I'm going to have a bit of water. Control room's just called out. It's the countdown for the sprint. anyone who's done a triathlon event knows that this is when all that training, you sort of got to hold yourself and go, I'm about to do this. I can't pull out. I'm going to go for it. And I want to do it. I want to put all that work and effort and all that training to test yourself. Kuntag, the organizer there, he is encouraging all the athletes. Here we go. I'm going to go quiet so we can hear the countdown, and then I'm going to be silently call this sprint distance. Off they go. Bang. Good luck. High quality field, and let's get out there and cheer these guys on. Rolling start there. Oh, someone's taken off very quickly. I think that was Icon. So, we've said the sprint guys are off in a rolling. Now, Olympic, so looking for the orange caps. Have we seen anyone come in yet from the orange caps? I expect coming up to, it should be, if they're doing 1:20, so it's, I said 7, I meant 9 minutes. 7-minute mark was when they were going to start the sprint. I'm going to just pretend I knew that because I can do my maths better, but I reckon at the 9-minute mark you might have your first elite Olympic distance who do the double lap. So depending on the tide as well, whether or not they're being pulled out or sideways. So on condition-wise, that can be a swing factor of, say, 20 seconds. So I'm expecting our first Olympic men to be getting out in the next sort of minute, the orange caps, and I'll be excited to see who's pulling the lead with the swim. It is a non-drafting event. It's important to mention that because getting out in the swim, if you're in a group, you won't be able to stick together. Nine minutes through, and if we're averaging around 110, 120 for we'll have probably the bulk of the male athletes coming through, I reckon, on a 135 to a 150, depending on the conditions. It looks like it is pulling there, so there's the first leader through. So fairly, it is choppy out there. But we get, yeah, it's got to be less choppy if you hold the camera still, because that will, but there we go. Yeah, that's better. No, it's expected conditions, I think, in September, and not sure if I've seen anyone out the water. Jürgen Zach there with his head coaching top on, smiling away. High fives, yeah, absolutely. Event has been organised well, so congratulations to all the Iyara triathlon volunteers, those in the officials teams, the sponsors. Fantastic event, debut event that they've put on, and all the credit goes to them. These events take a lot of organising, a lot more than you take for granted when you're one of the athletes. Now, I'm expecting someone to be coming out. Here we go. Who will it be? 2 athletes. Well, I'm going to be very excited and interested to see. So they're coming out at the 10:40. So averaging, and who is it? I can't see with in the light. Two. I can't see, unfortunately. But 2 guys together there early. Unfortunately, I don't have any timing data in front of me, so I couldn't see who the leads were. I was looking for their names on their suits, but decent time. Conditions are not flat, so we'll find out who the leader was, and I'll get that information to you straight away. Who's that coming out? That's one of the... Can't tell. I have to... That's better. I can see from that distance. I'll be able to see who's coming out of the water. Let's have a look. What are the female? First female out, I think. No. Looking strong. A lot easier to call the athletes and track them as we have the bike and the swim, the run, obviously. But so just from a race technical point of view, so that's Jürgen calling out bye. I think that's one of his Phuket athletes. Coaching here, fantastic, encouraging everybody on. Well done. Pushing everybody on. Jürgen Zach, absolute legend when it comes to triathlon training. Phenomenal how he's brought the community here together and so much support. That's Dimity, I think, Dimity Leeju, one of the females, pushing through. Pro athlete from Australia. A recent win. Congratulations, and breaking the course record by Dimity in China recently. And a great prize money event that was. Okay, so here we're running through a lot more of the athletes there. There's Gleb, I think, from Russia, one of the athletes, again, we train with in Z Coaching. Super fit at the moment and looking absolutely sharp as and ripped in the transition area before the race. I reckon that's Aaron Buchan coming out now, is it? It is. So Aaron looking good. Jürgen coaching him through. I expect Aaron to do well on the bike and the run, but he's probably top 10 at the moment overall. So two male out the front early. Conditions look there's Rachel. So Rachel's the third female out of the water. Fantastic swimmer. She's doing that in 13:50. So those conditions, I reckon, are a bit of a washing machine. I reckon it's going to be a bit choppy out there, but nonetheless, I think that it's good conditions to be racing in. Yeah. We've trained in worse than that. That's not too bad. Come on. Yeah, he's showing us it's a bit wavy, but that's okay. You don't get glassy conditions every single time. You always got to train for all conditions and pushing through. So, tough swim. I'm sure these guys are getting through. So, if we're coming up to the 15-minute mark, so we're going to be having 2-minute pace for anybody coming through soon. So Rachel would have been through probably about 150 pace. So yeah, conditions making a factor here in the swim early, but that's okay. Once we are through that, we've got probably I've got to start redoing calibrating. I was a bit generous in regards to my timing before because I was doing it on flat conditions, but nonetheless, well done to this athlete coming through. She's in a top 10 position so far for the females. An orange cap, just a reminder, is the Olympic distance, and the blue cap will be the sprint. Sprint went off at the 7-minute mark, so expecting them to be getting out the first sprinters at probably 11 and 12-minute mark, plus the 7, so 18. 18, I'm saying. Happy athlete, hands are up. You've only done 1 lap. He's like, I've got to do another lap. I've just done 1 lap. I don't want to get... Get back in there and go for it. That's it. Oi. He's pushed himself. Fantastic. A really good event, this one, in regards to spectators. A lot of thought's been put into that, but it's fantastic to be able to get this close to the athletes as they get out of the water and encourage them on. So congratulations for the event organisers for making it a double loop for the 750. Sprint people should be coming out, I would have thought, around the 10, depends, but 10 to 11 minute mark, I'd be saying. If I'm guessing, I don't know the full field, but I'd be guessing first out will be Icon. Yeah, so 10 to 11, so the first sprint is good time for the conditions. We'll see who is out. So first place leader for the sprint, if you've got one of your loved ones or an athlete that you follow, we'll be calling their name soon, and I'm excited to see who it is. So sprint, they go straight to the transition area. They'll be you got to go around. Whoops, you got to go around. You got to go around. There we go. You go around there. There's Michelle from the Z Coaching. Hey, Michelle. Good swim for you. Lovely. Well done. She's a fantastic runner as well. And hey, Michelle. Okay, we're moving the cameras. I can't see who's this. I can't see. He's moving the camera. Oh, here we go. Okay, who? And it is Icon. Wow, and someone's right up with him. There he is, Icon, and two athletes. So the sprint's hotly contested. Two of the swimmers are out early, and here's a third as well. So that's tight. Fantastic. It's Renata. So the first female out for the sprint is Renata. She's just behind Icon, another athlete. So that's fantastic. Now you see them running. So Icon in second position there. You've got one other Thai athlete ahead of him, looking strong. So the sprint's tight. There it is. It's fantastic camera work here by Michele, one of our crew, running behind the athletes. Look at this, really, it was fantastic effort. And look at this, this is as close to the action as you can get. I mean, they're going to be moving quickly, get their helmets on. Transition, super important, no drafting, so get out early. Come on, Icon, let's get out. You came in second, let's make the transition strong. Renata, there he is, off you go. Renata, first female out. She'll be quick. She's fantastic in her transition and training. Boom. She was the fastest by far. Get your clip on. Oh, it fell off. Get it back on. Quick, quick, quick. It's in a sprint. Great work. Coming through. So it's a tight. You got three lead men. Mount your bike, get on, get those shoes in, and off they go. So the blue cap comes off the sprint athlete there. Renata, off you go. Yeah, she's looking strong. She'll be the first female on the bike there for the sprint. All the way from Indonesia, she trains with Z Coaching. Young up-and-coming athlete, and has been putting a lot of time in, clearly in the pool, because she's done very well on that sprint. Big group here coming through. So there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in this group. This one guy here coming through. So 7 athletes. So 2 lots of groups. You've got the 3 Thai male athletes. You've got Renata, And then you've got 7 male athletes. Looking for the second female coming through in transition. Here we go now. I think that's Egard, one of the Egard family. I think it was hard to see because she had her glasses on, but if it was, fantastic runner, so she'll be powering home in the run and the sprint. But great camera work here. We can see athletes going into transition and athletes coming out of transition, running along the call it the red carpet there as they work through. Yeah, I was looking at that bike area before, and there's over $1 million of equipment in that bike. Well and truly, it's incredible some of the the bikes that people have. All the latest bikes and the fantastic brands as well. Cervelo going through right there. It's impressive. You know, it's real passion for these guys and girls. Nice disc wheel there for that athlete. That looks like Chana, I think, pushing his yellow bike out. So he'd be up in first place for his age group. Look at all the bikes, all stacked up. Again, a fantastic field. Lots of high quality athletes, and with that comes high-end biking and equipment. Trek there, awesome bikes. Anyone who loves bikes as much as I do, the beautiful canyon there, look at that. I think it's the Speedmaster. Look, fantastic. But going and looking at that bike area before the race, it's just like, oh, look at these bikes. It's awesome. I'll be thinking about the Olympic. So the swimmers for the Olympic distance, I think, will be coming out. It's hard to see because we're not down at the beach and with the orange caps on. But I'll recognise a few of them once I get to see them. Into the transition, as I was saying before, it's just shortly off the sand onto about 5 meters of grass, straight into transition, so a nice short transition area. Getting the Picari sweats ready there for when they come back out. So those who are out on the bike, I'll give you the breakdown. Here we go. Power along there. Looks a little slippery with these conditions, so fortunately it's not a hugely technical course. You'll get a bit of up and down at about the 7 to 9 kilometre mark. Anyone who's landed in Phuket airport, a bit of the plastic covers have come off. That's a good sign. It means that it's probably just stopped raining. And so we've got the clear there. Mark there, good effort, Mark on, I think that's Mark on his bike. I think it is. Good speed there, just getting his cadence right. Big powerful legs. Good position, leaning forward. Not yet in the TT position, which I'm sure they will, but that's just an area to get. So it's over the speed bump, turning left here, good turn. Once they get out of this area, which is part of Nayang beach area, beautiful. Now he's powering. Okay, so into the position, opening it up and getting up to probably 35 to 36 kilometers an hour here. Once we get onto the 402, you'll see them start to.
I guess the Olympic. There's a guy running for his life behind him. Looks like they're really fast.
Okay, that was.
There's a guy with a red bike behind him.
So that
I
was,
think they're the first two or top three.
okay, so first 2 or 3 of, looking focused here, first 2 or 3 of the male
I think
Olympic
I guess the
dissies.
Olympics are out.
So, so in the transition area here, we've got Michaela here on the camera work there. One of the Tanyapura athletes there. Hello. She's having a bit of a smile to herself. Welcome there. Dim, pro. First out on the bike. Well done, Dim. Good swim. And the men is Adam. G'day, Adam. He's doing the sprint. So it's going to be a little bit difficult to work out who's doing Olympic, who's doing sprint without the caps on. But that's why they've got me here, because I'm hopefully going to be able to work it out for you. I've just dobbed myself in to make my job a little bit different. Jiray there. Fantastic transition out on his beautiful, he's got the mahogany specialized Shiv, fantastic bike. But out here in the Canyon Speedmaster, off he goes, in position now. You'll be getting up to sort of, in that area, about 38 kilometers an hour. They're still in the communal area. Again, it's marked by the witches' hats. Once you pass this local area, you're onto the main road, and that's where we expect them to really hit their stride and pick up a lot of time. But a good course, nothing too technical, and that should allow fast racing.
Freeman, smashing on the bike.
Aaron Buchan, good on you on his Cervelo. One of the first men out, I'm suspecting, and Aaron always puts in a super strong bike and run, but he's looking good. He's got a smile on his face, pushing his bike. Aaron there in the core nutrition, Zuzu with the aqua bike. Good luck, Aaron, from fellow Australian. Not only is he a fellow Australian, but he's a fellow Adelaidean. Aaron Buchan, fantastic. Back here, I think we were out with the okay, so just heard. I heard Pim, local legend, local up-and-coming athlete. This could be a big breakout event for him. He's in the top 3. Good swim, but I think right now we're following the sprint. Back here now, I think the second group here we've got is the Olympic. I don't have any timing chip data, unfortunately, so I'm just going to be winging it. So there's no timing data live on the tracker. So you've just got me to entertain you, and if I get any of the times wrong, I'm sorry well in advance, but I'll do my best. Now we're moving there now, probably 38 and 39. You've got a downhill here. So expecting an overtake there and pushing through. This is a bit of a faster part of the course here. If you turn right, that will get you to Nyathon Hills, beautiful Nyathon Beach. But we're on one of the main sort of back roads, so we're still not yet on the highway. It's probably about from here 5 kilometres. You've got up and down some rolling hills, but this is a fairly fast part of the track. They'll be getting up past 45 kilometres an hour here and leaning forward. I'll try to do my best to get the bib number, and then I can look it up. If I can see the bib number with the camera work, I'm leaning forward. I can't quite read it. if they can zoom in on bib number, I don't know if it might be easier. Then I'll be able to call their name. But out the way, excuse me. Yeah, I don't know who that is, but following one of the leads here in the sprint distance. So what do we... Are we following the leader here in the sprint? I'm just a bit... Okay. Difficult with the sun. So no rain here with the bike, which is fantastic. And again, you've got the sprint, and which is closed. Watch that one. It's blown over, and same with this one. So go on the inside of it. Well done, and around the outside. So you've got sprint mixed with Olympic distance. So hence you're thinking, hang on, are we following the leader here? Aren't they rather overtaking? But you've got a mix. Okay, that's what I was hoping. So I think we are following the leader of the Olympic. That's what... Okay. Okay, so just getting from the control room a bit of clarity on who are we following, what are we doing, and just shout out to our cameramen. That's Mark there on the scooter riding with the cameraman behind him. So what are we trying to do with our coverage? We want to be covering the leader for the females in the Olympic distance and also the leader for the males in the Olympic distance as well. I think it was Dimily Duke for the females, if I'm right. And for the men, I have to get clarity on that bib number, and then I can tell you who's out the front. Back to Pooh's camera over here. Hey Pooh on the back of the motorcycle, and one of the athletes here. So have we got a new race leader? No, I think he's trying to track it down. So this goes up to a bit of a crest here, and it's a left turn, and then it's a very, very, very fast part. They'll get up to 50 kilometers an hour just over this crest, and that will get them all the way down to the 402, where they'll turn left. And once they hit the 402 highway, it will be a very fast section of the race. Okay, so you're moving along there. You want to make sure there's no drafting. So that's our race leader. Control room's telling me we are following the race leader for the Olympic distance. He's looking really strong in racing position. And this is where we start to get moving. I mean, this is your lowest gear, pump it through. These guys be doing 220 watts here and pushing it hard and getting up to 55, even 60 Ks an hour. Look at him go. I mean, that's moving. All right. It's on. And he's blowing away. He's making a move, and he's blowing away everybody early. Look at the position. Absolutely fantastic. Aerodynamic. Relaxed. Good cadence. In the right gear. Look how smooth. So look at, I mean, I'm still new to actually the discipline, but if you look at the way that the efficiency of straight through the foot, fantastic, looking really good, really, really good on very, very comfortable. Early race leader. Okay. Okay, so this is the female race leader. Go up. I don't know if it is or isn't it? I can't see. We want to be this. We want this to be the female race leader, don't we? Yep. So it's mixed up more than expected, which is totally fine because of the delay of the rain we had earlier. So if you were live with us about half an hour ago, if I look at my clock, it was pouring down. And now the weather conditions, you can see people wearing the ponchos, the officials there, race timers clapping away. Beautiful bike, look at that. Who's that? Specialized. That's Iyara. Of course it is. Come on, yep. You got to push. Iyara's looking good. It's business. He's smiling, but he's got a bit of work to do. But Iyara's up there in the. Is that Pim? I think. I can't see the colour of the bike. I'll be able to notice from the bike. I'm pretty sure. No, it's not. Who is that? Looking very strong on the bike. So climbing up the hill with the rain, it's starting to come in a little bit. Once they're past this crest again, that's the fast bit. So great racing in regards to everybody being close together. It's a zero drafting. Push. That's Dimity, is it? I think so. With the bike, it is. Yeah. That's Dimity in the lead. Okay. Well, I can see with the camera that's Dimity Lee Duke from Australia. So need to get confirmation that she's. I expect her to be in the lead, but she'll hate me to saying that. But good for her. She's got game face on and she's moving. Recent win in China, fantastic, breaking the course record there. She knows these roads really well, and this is one of the areas where they got to put a little bit of power down. But great work, Dim. Looking super short, super strong. Look at that. Look at that. She is flying indeed. Just heard from Christoph, he's a full Ironman, Christoph, but in the control room just go, she's flying. The friendly rain has returned, and so you got Dim leading, Dimity Duke, and right behind her, Iyara. So, but obviously Dim in the females and Iyara's in the male group. They look like Duty, I think. Have a look at the back there. They were rubber trees. If you could look, the plantation that you have around that area there is rubber tree plantation. So power down with this athlete, looking great. Getting in position, not yet. Powering. Testing conditions. Got to hand it to them. It is raining. But September, it can rain, and that's great. It's not a problem at all. You can still ride. But we've got to work through and focus. Can't let that get in the way. Yeah, so I'm trying to get the top three, or at least the control room is, we'll get the top three athletes for you from the marshals. I think for the females it is Dimity, and for the male athletes, forgive me, the first, I don't know their name. I'll certainly will know their name shortly. Bit of a technical turn there on the back brake, and now power through. The leaders for the men's in regard to the Olympics, 2 laps of 20 Ks. sprint distance, 1 lap, and then straight onto the run. Everybody's together, so it's real racing. It's bunched up, again with the delayed start. I think it has made more exciting, actually, because I'm able to see everybody right up against it. Through this area, again, one of the back roads, we do training with the Z coaching crew just off here, the push and spin just ahead. Muscle memory, high cadence, low cadence training. And that's where you get the left turn here. I was talking about left turn. And then up here, left turn on the 402 highway where the power. I mean, the Rise course is fantastic, but bringing the 402 into it, it's really where you're going to have to be pushing your highest power water outage. I mean, you're really going to have to be hammering it down there, make or lose position. Duray up out of the seat, pushing hard, an incline, looking good. Great. Here we go. That's Dim on her bike. So Duray's just behind Dim. She's pushing. Yeah. It's onto the bike. Miji. One of the push. Fantastic. Who we got there? Is that just getting clarity on and then the rain stops. That's what you get this time of year. Rains, stops. Next thing you know, the sun's going to be out shining for the run. But that's okay. The water will well, actually, he's on the 402 now, so I'm guessing that's our Olympic distance leader, is it? I'm thinking it is, because he's already turned left. He's on the 402 and this is power down. So he's got to get up to, he'll be sitting on high 40 kilometers an hour there in that section of the course. You can see pushing hard and looking super comfortable on his road bike. If you can get a zoom in here on who's the athlete, I'll be able to see who it is. Okay, so leader with the females, back to Dimily Duke. I mean, she's just staying tucked in the right position. You know, she's very efficient. That's obviously a turn there, right-hand turn. And then I'm looking where we are. And she's doing well. She'll be up to the turn left on the 402 soon, once we're through past the rubber plantations. Duray. So Duray's in a top 10 position so far. A bit of encouraging work. Beautiful technical riding there. Nice break and power down again. Well done. They're looking strong. And into TT position there for Duray. Local legend, winner of many events here in Phuket and throughout Thailand and Southeast Asia. He's been riding for over 10 years and just someone who you see constantly out on the road, putting in lots of hours, and has been a fantastic ambassador for triathlon here in Thailand. on the 402 here. So for anyone who's been to the airport, which if you've come to Phuket, you have to have, when you're on your way home, you here, and this is where they've got that new overpass section. So our athletes will turn left, and it's my favourite section is when they turn left up here, just past the overpass. You got a decent incline, not too steep, but it goes for about 900 meters, and then the fastest section of the course, which they'll get probably up to 65 k's an hour, I think, for the lead group athletes. Super fast. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're back in the transition area. Hello, good morning. Shoes on. Certainly been raining. When he put his shoes on, half the water comes out of his shoe. That's it. Go. It's a transition. Let's go.
Your life.
On his Merida bike. Get that on. You got to get your bib onto your and helmet on. Look. Well done for you. Looking great. Water out there. Shakes. Smiles. No. Take turns. He's having a great time. He's got a big smile on his face. Good on him. Getting out there. Fantastic. Congratulations for you for getting out there. Back to our lead group here. Okay. So we've got, just to explain what we've got 2 lots of camera crew. We've got Pooh following the female leader. And then I think it's Mark on his motorcycle on the men. So we're tracking both the male leaders and the female leaders. And it's fantastic that we're able to bring that coverage. And trying to work out where they are. They're on the 402 and powering on, I think, just before the turn off. So that's the male leader. So it means that we've had a new leader. Previously, it was on the road bike, so on the canyon. Just, do we know who the leader is? Yep. Welcoming Jürgen Zach coming to the stage. Somewhere where he is very familiar is stages and podiums around triathlon events, and put his headphones on. With the Z Coaching t-shirt on, Jürgen Zach, 8-time winner, Ironman champion. Good morning, Jürgen. How is it out there?
It's fantastic. It's a bit of a rough day. The swim was a bit choppy, but I think everybody made it. I haven't seen an athlete dropping out.
Swim's choppy, and how about the bike? So who we got out the front?
You never know what you get in Phuket in September, so it could be sunny and dry and choppy, windy, rainy. The rain started just at the beginning of the bike ride, and it makes it a bit more difficult and challenging. The good thing is that the athletes from Phuket know the course very well, and I hope that everybody else who flew in from Bangkok or other parts from Thailand or from overseas made an effort to look at the course. It's not too technical, and after the swim, just to let you know some results, Yat Quang Lam from Vietnam was the leader. He's a 2-time gold medalist in swimming.
Fantastic.
He was leading not alone. There was a surprise. We have 2 athletes from Palestine who are in a national team of Palestine, do ITU races, and one of them was able to swim with Yat, and it looks like Yat here on the video is in the lead, or he is second just behind the other guy from Palestine. There's a rider in front. I cannot identify him yet. In the chase group is Ronald from Indonesia, one of the top 2 Indonesian athletes. He was closely followed by Pim, but Pim already dropped him at the beginning of the bike ride, and he's on fire. Pim is our 17-year-old Thai athlete. He's a national champion in sprint triathlon.
Fantastic. Yeah, I think Jürgen was just saying about Pim, 17-year-old sprint distance national champion who starred recently in the Southeast Asia Games, but he's evidently on the bike and powering through. He is good on the bike. Anybody who gets to train with Jürgen is typically pretty good on the bike, and Pim is a young star. So I am hoping he moves up whilst we're covering the leader here. You said it was Yat.
Okay, he's just taking the lead. This is from a sprint triathlon. This is Renata. So Yat from Vietnam, he is in the lead right now, alone. The guys who are chasing him on a road bike, it's very interesting because the Palestine national team athletes decided to be on a road bike. They're just 20 meters behind. And the third athlete here is the lead woman in the sprint triathlon, Renata from Indonesia. She is at the moment the fastest Indonesian sprint triathlete and just 20 years old and also training in Phuket with Z coaching.
Fantastic.
So after these two leaders here in the man, the next one should be Pim coming up, our 17-year-old Thai, followed by Ronald. And then Ray should move up. I have a feeling he should be somewhere between 6th and 8th place right now. But Ray knows the course. Ray is a legend from Phuket. He has been the fastest Thai triathlete at the Laguna Phuket Triathlon for 12 years in a row.
12 years. Wow.
He's already a senior. He's 42 or 43. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Around that.
I think he's 42. 42 or 43 maybe. But he's an incredible athlete, regardless of age group, even just still outright, he's just a superstar.
Exactly, he's a big inspiration for all the young Thais, and he's the reason why so many young athletes in Phuket have picked up triathlon. Not on the screen yet, we have seen Dimity for a few minutes, Dimity Luduk, our female pro athlete from Australia. She just came back from China, where she did pick up a $25,000 paycheck for breaking the existing record.
Breaking the record.
On a long distance race. And she's been swimming faster than Ray in this race. So let's see. They have a little battle going on, Dimity against Ray. Let's see what's happening. But Dimity is in the lead by the women's race. At least like 3 or 4 minutes, my guess.
It's a high quality field, and as we watch the cyclists, just remind me, drafting, are we allowed to draft? No drafting.
The drafting rule are 10 meter. They have race marshals on the course. Let's hope they enforce the rules. At the moment, I would say I can see a relatively clean race, so athletes keeping their distance.
Yeah.
Another thing that is a rule is normally athletes cannot cross the center line, but for safety reasons here in the rain, I've seen a lot of people getting on the other side of the road to cut the curve a little bit.
Got to get that car out the way. Thank you. Out of the way of the athlete there. So spreading out. Great to see everybody pushing through on this bike, and we're coming up to the first hour of the Olympic distance. They're going to be doing the second loop, I think, in probably about another 5 to 10 minutes, if I'm doing my maths right.
They're just about now to get into the second loop.
Second loop now, there you go. That's a pretty quick bike then. They must be on a good pace.
Well, they're definitely riding over 40 kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
So the guy in the black, in the GT bike position, that's Lam. He is in the lead. 10 to 20 meters behind is our national team athlete from Palestine.
First on the sprint. Do we know who that athlete is with the yellow silo bike?
This is probably Penn. He is a national team athlete. Let me have a look if it's him.
One of the core nutrition athletes, I think.
Nice bike, man.
Yeah, nice bike, man, he says.
Oh, this one of the Navy guys.
Oh, the Navy guys, is it? That we saw beforehand. First in the sprint.
47.
Number 47.
47.
I'll bring that up. I'm just going to go and try to bring up the chats that we had with the leaders.
Okay, second place in the sprint here is Penn. He is just 18 years old. He looks a little bit older, but he's a young talent, national team.
So we've got the sprint leaders coming in, and they are getting into the run at around the 49-50 minute mark. The run's a 1 lap, I think, isn't it, of the course?
2 laps.
2
1
laps.
lap is 2.5 kilometers. The Olympic distance athletes are running 4 laps. Sprint athletes are running 2 laps.
Fantastic. That'll be really exciting to watch. Seeing everybody close together, it'll be. It's not that often that you get to in that course like that. So we'll be able to see people make the moves, and you'll be able to work out how far ahead I've got to go to chase somebody down, or how far I've got to go to hold on. But it's a great transition area. A lot of thought's been put out in terms of how they've actually spaced or used the space most wise and efficiently. So,
Go chase him.
Okay, the second place, Penn.
yep.
18 years old. And for the women's, we have Renata from Indonesia in the lead. She should be coming in maybe in 3-4 minutes. Then we have Iyara Egger.
The first 30
Duty
seconds.
there, I think, is it? Yeah.
Oh, this is Didi.
Didi, rather.
Go, you're first.
Good for him. He had a second place, I think, 2 weeks ago in a for his age group.
Okay, here Toha from the Navy, from Songkhla, followed by 15-year-old. The guy in the blue is 15 years old. Oak from Satun. Both also regular athletes from our training squad, set coaching. And just a second ago, you saw in the black tri-suit Renata.
She's smashing it.
Liana. She's going to take that victory easy.
Yeah.
Here we come. We have 16-year-old Icon. He is more a beginner. He just started triathlon about 10, 11 months ago. And he's a fantastic swimmer, very talented athlete all around. He can swim the 100 meter in 57 seconds, so that's not bad for a 16-year-old.
That's fantastic. And he's a good runner too. I've been following him in the Z coaching track sessions that we've been doing Wednesday nights, and he's got, I think he did a PB about 2 months ago on he's.
Okay, Icon ran the last 500 in a 8 times 500 meter set in 120.
120.
240 pace, 4,000
I mean,
meter.
that's fantastic.
But keep in mind, all these teenagers, they are not full-time triathletes. They go to school.
Yeah.
He's in an international school. He's also very talented as an artist. He's a rapper, a DJ, a guitar player,
Chess
an
player.
excellent chess player.
Chess player, just like Jürgen Zach. He's
Can do it all.
super talented young athlete there and representing Phuket, and he's in the sprint and he's doing a phenomenal job. So I've got him right now probably in the top 4, top 5 position, I think, in the sprint. And as Jürgen said before, in the female, Renata is crushing it in the sprint. So we're expecting her to win that event. Okay, so there we go. Center of the screen, and we've got the TV camera. So if you see us looking down here, not at you, it's because we're just watching the athletes. We don't have a timing chip, so we're just using our own knowledge who's in front. But I think we're back. There we are. We're live. Hey, hello, good morning. And I think we're back following the Olympic distance triathlon. Okay. Okay.
So we do have the lead here right now. It's still Yat from Vietnam, and the guy behind is our national team athlete from Palestine. Maybe we can identify the number and mention his name. He's taking the lead right now, which is a bit of a surprise for me because the Palestine athlete is on a road bike, which is definitely a disadvantage on this course.
He's looking strong. Like, he overtook that on the area. I mean, it's not the most technical, but there is a rise there before they turn up here, and he's looking good. He's up out of the seats. He's looking relaxed. Good power. Okay.
This is a 4-5% uphill, so having a light road bike might be a little bit of an advantage. I think Yat is not aware of the quality of this athlete. We had no idea that Palestine is sending two of their best athletes to Phuket. Let's see. Important is also to know what's happening behind, because that's where all the good runners are lining up. They will be trying to keep the distance to the lead as close as possible. That is Ronald from Indonesia and Pim
like
from
2
Phuket.
minutes from the 5th.
Okay, this is tight. Another 16, 17-year-old
Shoes are on, so he's in the run. He's off. He's doing the sprint by the looks of it.
He's doing the sprint triathlon.
Yep, he's a good runner.
He's good in everything, very, very balanced. He started a year and a half ago as a beginner, and now he's up there and getting on the podium in his age group regularly.
Low 4-minute Ks probably for him, you think, for the run?
Probably like 4:10 to 4:20 pace.
Fantastic.
Okay, here we have a woman. Oh, this is Zara from Portugal. She's a sport teacher at BCIS school in Phuket.
Looking fit and fabulous. We go for it. Look, onto the run. So, is she the lead in the? No, of course not. No, Renata's the lead.
Is in the lead.
So I'm placing her in second then, maybe.
She's second, yes.
Yeah. So the sprint guys are dismantling from their bikes into the transition. Great camera work there, because we've got both the sprint and the Olympic at the same time. Do we know who that is?
The leader in the sprint?
No, this guy.
No.
Nope. Basically, if I don't know who it is, I'm just going to throw it to Jürgen and say, do you know
that guy
who it is?
I think we have already 15 to 20 athletes in transition 2 for the sprint, but you have to keep in mind also the duathlon athletes are on the same course.
So we've got 3 different races on the same course now. Obviously, the duathlon skipped the swim, but with the cycling, and there's an early dismount. Yeah. The sprint athletes. Another one of the Navy athletes there. Far section of the course here. I think we're back on the Olympic, and third lady of the sprint coming through now. We'll find out who that is. So Renata in first. You said a Portuguese athlete in second. Was it?
Portugal, yeah.
Portugal, yeah.
Sarah Costiera.
So this is the third for the sprint for the females. So we know who that is, this athlete.
Is that way and then right?
No, it's only a girl from Thailand. I think she was in the front in the swim.
Shoes are on. She's got her Asics shoes. On they go, and 5Ks for her.
Nice.
Oh, this is Iyara.
Egard.
She's 15 or just turned 16 from Switzerland. She also has an Australian passport, also training with that coaching Phuket. Very talented girl. She will definitely beat the 2 girls in front of her.
On the run, she's really
Might
good run.
not be able to catch Renata. Renata is also a good runner right now, but
Shoes are on.
has a chance to be second or third. At the moment, she's in 5th.
Good transition. Let's go. Get the fuel into you. Yeah. And off she goes. Yeah. A quick run from her should move her into the podium, onto the podium, which is fabulous.
Okay, back on the bike course. This is a bit of a winding road. It's part of the 5K loop, our plantation loop, which our training group is using regularly for training, the famous push and spin workout, where we do half of the loop in an easier gear, high cadence, and the other half of the loop with a little 3% uphill in the biggest gear for strength training. This is part of the course. This is also the only part that is a little bit technical with some curves.
Whenever we do that session, I always remember muscle memory. Muscle memory. When you're going up, you use the hard gear. When you go down, you're getting the cadence. But it certainly builds power, and I mean, it's a fantastic session. Lovely section there with all the various rubber plantation trees around.
Okay, this guy in front of us is the second guy from the Palestine national team. And trying to identify the rider in front of him. It could be Iyara. You see, right turn, very slippery road. Everybody is going through that section very cautious.
Weather's cleared up, which is great. Bit of water on the roads, but these roads shaped in a way that they can handle a large downpour, and they'll dry out relatively quickly. A little bit of a technical turn here, and then I think we're moving then onto the 402 after we go through this section here. Second lap here for the Olympic distance. I think we've got sprint up in the top right-hand corner, but I'm fairly sure it's the Olympics in regards to the Olympic distance, which is the two laps of the 20-kilometre course. And then it'll be exciting. Transition section will be super busy. Right turn here, then onto the left here, and off they go. Be good to see the second camera as well. We've been following the men's, and the Olympic side we'll swap a bit later to see who's leading the females. Before it was Dimity Lee Duke. She was in the first position for the female.
I'm sure she's still in the lead by at least 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Interesting would be to find out who is now 3rd, 4th, 5th for the Olympic race. It could be that this guy in front of us is the second fastest Palestine athlete in 4th position, and I see one rider in front. It's either Iyara or Pim. Hopefully we can get a closer look, but they're riding very carefully. So roads must be very slippery.
So how long can he stay behind? So that's not considered drafting, is it? When they're going through the corner like that, or they have to?
Oh no, this is still the lead. Okay, this is the lead. Sorry, this is still Yat from Vietnam, followed by the fastest Palestine athlete. We still don't know the name yet.
Yeah.
Hopefully
we will.
We can find it out.
I'll get it in a second.
And all the good cyclists from behind did not catch up yet. So it's a good position for these two guys. But keep in mind the Sharks who are just behind them are also very good runners.
The Sharks.
So Ray, Pim, Ronald, they can all run 10K between 34 to 36 minutes in a normal 10K race. Yeah, I just corrected myself. Yeah. So we just got the information that our Thai legend Ray is riding with the first woman, Dimity Lee Duke. That means Dimity is possibly in the lead by a few minutes, and Ray should be somewhere between rank 5th or 7th. maybe further down 8 or 9.
I'm just going to try to log in so I can get the race names.
Okay, it looks like Yat is trying to make a move. He's putting a little bit distance on his competitor. There's a 30-meter gap. Let's see if the Palestinian boy is able to keep up. But to me, it looks like our Vietnamese boy, Yat, is getting the second win and trying to get away from everybody.
Sterling. I'm trying to log in, but I need a Facebook. Do you have a Facebook part? I just need somebody's Facebook. You don't? I don't know what those guys do, but that will get me onto the Iyara. The fast section here in the 402, powering through, and I mean up to probably 50, 55 kilometres an hour if they are in that area. They're high 40s at least. Looking at those palm trees, it seems like the wind has actually died down a bit, which is fantastic. So good conditions now for that this fast bit of the section.
So the wind is not a factor at the moment. The road is wet. I think there's not much rain coming from above at the moment. So it might not look appealing to the spectators when you watch it on the screen right now. But actually, to be fair, these are good conditions. If it's too hot, people get overheated, dehydrated, a little bit of rain, a little bit of overcast conditions, cooler temperatures. Make sure that the athletes feeling more comfortable.
So I think they'd have probably 6Ks, 7Ks to go. There's a left turn here. This is where the underpass happens for the airport, and they will do the upper crest and then down to a very fast section of the course. It's interesting. So you've had the Kazakhstan athlete and Yat from Vietnam, back and forth leader. Sorry, what did I say? Palestine. Palestine, rather. Back and forth as leader. So it's probably it's going to come down to who's the better runner. I think they're pretty even on the bike. So an exciting finish coming up, but still got a fair bit of time to go. It's 1 and 2, so a very close. Very close.
They just made that left turn to the main airport road. It's about 5 kilometers to go till they make it to the finish. It's a wide road, rolling, and Yat could not get rid of his competitor.
He would have tried. He put down some power. This is an incline. It's a little bit deceiving here on this shot, but we rode this yesterday, this section, and it's about 900 meters of steady incline. But he's looking super comfortable. He's in TT position. He's looking great. Like you said before, Jürgen, I think he's surprised that there's an athlete behind him. I think he's like, who's this guy? I wasn't expecting to have much competition this early in the race, but
exactly. Yat, being a two-time gold medalist in swimming, he won the gold medal in the Southeast Asian Games for 1500 meter in around 15:05.
Wow.
For 1500. He's used to being in the front in the swim, especially in Asia, off the front by himself.
Yeah.
So he had a shocking moment when he came out of the water and saw that somebody is right on his heel, a guy that he doesn't even know, possibly. then that the guy is riding a road bike instead of a TT bike and still hanging on. So I can imagine that Yat is not very happy at the moment, and he doesn't know what to think about this guy. Is he a good runner? Is he not?
He might not be happy, but we are happy because it's an exciting race and it gives us an incredible situation where you've got two, they're pushing each other on. I mean, it is race day and it is game on with these guys. And he's keeping that distance, right? He's got to stay behind.
The Palestine guy at the moment is getting a little bit close. It's a bit less than 10 meters. But on this road right now, it's straight. It's perfect for TT bike. It's the best thing he can do. He just sits 10 meters behind in a legal position and just hopes that he doesn't get dropped. And then let's see who's a better runner.
I think that's his tactic. If anything, he's saying to himself, hold on, keep my 10 meters distance. They've got this, there's a little bit of an incline here. I expect Yat to put some power down. And then it's a reasonably long decline at speed. It's a faster section of the course, and then they'll just weave back to Nyong here at Shiraf National Park where we're positioned. So it's an exciting race. It is race on. Duathlon finishing just now with those athletes. We'll find out who came first with respectfully for both the men and the women, but congratulations to the duathlon athletes. Race day for you, for those who have done it, is over, and you get to celebrate, and congratulations on getting your medals. We'll be covering you later on the podium. Back here at the Olympic distance, and Vietnam in first place.
Okay. Yellow is the winner of the duathlon. He's been training with us for many years. He's living in Kamala.
Yes.
And that guy is having a full-time job. I think he has 2 jobs. He's also a tuk-tuk driver at night. So he has a bit limited time and energy for his triathlon training, but he's a very motivated, talented athlete. Not that young anymore. Could be definitely over 35, maybe almost 40 years old.
Fantastic effort.
Yellow from Phuket, the winner of the duathlon.
I can hear the music blasting, which is, it's getting to the party section when the duathlon athletes are finishing, and congratulations, a super effort there, as Jürgen was saying. I love stories like that, when people put in the effort, they stay disciplined, and they start getting fantastic results by taking out a fantastic event such as the Iyara duathlon here at Shiraf National Park in Phuket. So that's a really super effort there. This is the fast section, as I was talking about, and they are absolutely motoring. So this is the fastest section. This comes down now to the traffic lights, which is just ahead. We'll have our athletes veer left. If you're been to Phuket, you veer right normally, and you'll be heading to the airport. Airport's just there on the right-hand side, another sort of 500 to 600 meters up on the right, but they'll be turning left back into Nai An. It's not that far from here. Let's hope the traffic lights are stopped for them, because they've got to cross all the lanes you see there. So it's a right turn. Fantastic. They've cleared the traffic for them. The leaders are through. Racing back to now where we are. Drop the bike off, take the helmet off, shoes on, quick transition, 10Ks, and running. We will be following that with the camera as well. Yeah. So it's an exciting race.
So it's another 2 minutes before they wreck the bike and jump in the running shoes, and then on the first 500 meter on the run, we will get an idea how good the Palestine athletes is in running shoes. So for now, he has shown a fantastic performance in the swim. He kept up with one of the best swimmers in the world in triathlon. And he kept up with him despite being on a road bike. That's very impressive.
Maybe he's holding some back and he's sitting there behind him, but I tell you, this is going to be a very exciting run. It's going to be full out for these guys. We'll also be able to tell as they come into transition for the Olympic where we are in terms of third, fourth and fifth position as well. We haven't had any first year athlete there.
And I've got the second and the third year.
Okay, the transition set.
Yeah, man, go, go, go.
Okay, this is yellow. The leader in the duathlon is from the Navy, from core nutrition team. And second place at the moment is our local hero, yellow, from Kamala, the tuk-tuk driver from Kamala.
Fantastic. Back to the Olympic distance, and you can tell by the scooter there that they are going pretty quick. This is heading towards the Shiraf National Park here, so they're almost in the transition area. You'll see a few of the signs of the triathlon up. Okay.
I don't know where Bo is at the moment. The camera is broken because of the rain or whatever. We try to get his face.
Okay, getting a live
of the bike ride for
updates
Olympic.
Here.
We have not seen yet. It's the guy from Palestine.
Okay, so Palestine in bib number 2002, Abdallah Abu Shabab. He's an 18 to 29-year-old from Palestine. 1 second behind Nat Lam from Vietnam with bib number 2078. In third position is Ronald from Indonesia, bib number 2100. Ronald's one of the Z coaching athletes. And then in fourth position we have Pim. Pim's only third, he's only 36 seconds away from the Vietnamese athlete Nat. So the first four athletes, sorry, is a minute 36 away. So Ronald and Tanadol are right next to each other, third and fourth position. So,
okay, now we see the Palestine. What's his name?
His name is Abdallah.
Abdallah is
Monster
off
bike,
for the
man.
run, followed by Yat from Vietnam. Another big rain shower just on time for the start of the run to refreshen the athletes.
Yeah, Christoph, the first coming.
Covering.
Okay, there
Right.
he is. He looks pretty good on the run.
Rain coming down heavily now. In the female, just to get an update now that we're logged in, we can see Dimily Duke is leading that quite comfortably. She's 5 minutes, 30 seconds ahead of Inga. Inga from Indonesia. 1-2 in the female there. Back to the male in terms of the triathlon. Getting the running chip data come through. Abdallah has moved into first position on the run.
He doesn't look like a very fast runner, but it could be fast enough to hold off Yat, because Yat is not a super fast runner either. But I would focus more on what's happening behind. If Ronald and Pim are within 2 minutes to these guys, I think they have a good chance to catch him.
Abdallah is 10 seconds ahead, and then I'll get the timing distance, once they run past the next section. So I'll hit refresh and we'll see where they are. Looks like Dimity's off the bike, or at least in transition if I'm looking at the race data.
If he can maybe point to his line.
Got it.
Mark, can you point me maybe to this one line the camera?
The Olympic.
Okay, this is Ronald
Go Pim.
trying. This is Pim. Pim is third into the run course. And the guy who was just a bit looking for the right spot to drop off his bike is Ronald.
There he is. So
These guys are good runners, and if they are less than 2 minutes behind the Palestine guy and Abdallah and Yat, they have a chance.
I was going to ask, can they? So could Pim run them down?
I'm sure he can.
Sure he can. Okay, it's going to be an exciting race finish for the run. Looking at the race data, you've got Abdallah and Yat 2 minutes ahead of Ronald, the Indonesian athlete, and Pim. So Pim's just clicked over, so he's officially now on the run.
Okay, this is Ronald.
He is 2 minutes and 17 seconds away from the race leader when he had his time. So
it's good. I know Pim for sure can run down Yat, but we have not much information about Abdallah, how good he really is on the run.
Ronald's through now. He is around 29 seconds behind Pim. A much faster transition. Ronald a bit delayed there in transition, but is out on the run. The second Palestinian athlete, Omar, in 5th position, followed by David Aldia from Spain. He's in 6th position. Jiray from Phuket, 7th position. And then Aaron Bucket from Adelaide, Australia. Omar from Palestine, 5th position. I think we're covering him right now. And Omar's getting on the shoes. Good transition. He's done that before. He's not new to this. Unless he's got no laces. Forgot laces. I thought it was a bit too quick. I'm going to hit refresh because he's getting excited here. And as I hit refresh, I'm going to... Ray in the male is coming through, so that will put him in 7th position. So Dim and Ray both coming through in section. The female Dim, there she is. She's come in. And she's done a great bike. She's motoring ahead, clear out in front. So she's having a fantastic race. So over the male event,
It's a bit of a boring race. I mean, she has no real competitor in the female field. The next girl is 5 minutes or more behind. So she gets the motivation out of giving her male training partners a run for their money, and it's good to see her just within 10 seconds to Ray, and possibly...
There he is, there's Ray. Come on, Ray, off he goes. Ray's in 7th. David Audi had moved up to 5th behind Ronald and Pim. And I'm going to I'll do a refresh and be able to see where they are on the So I'm not sure we're getting time into every K or not.
One of our duathlon athletes, possibly in the top 5 overall at the moment.
All right, so I've got Jiray onto the run. Jiray's 6 seconds behind Omar, and in 7th. Chanarol moved up into 3rd, and he has got Pim rather. Yeah, Pim is still 2 minutes. He's going to have to. We're not getting any race splits, so we don't know what they're doing, but Pim would be doing it in what, 3:45, 3:50 minute Ks, you think?
Exactly. I think it's running 3:40 to 3:50 pace.
Yeah. It's actually, these conditions are not bad to run in. Like, it's cooler, the sun's not out, so from a heat point of view, and out of all the various disciplines, it's actually pleasant to run in these conditions. So, not much breeze, so no headwind, but the body temperature when you do these events here in Phuket in the dry season, it can get incredibly hot. So
on the screen we have Abdallah right now, still in the lead. Doesn't look like an excellent runner, but he's keeping a good pace. You can see from his running style, his leg and foot position, that he is a swimmer. I would guess he is a former breaststroker who turned into a triathlete, but it doesn't matter. He's in the lead and he's looking strong, and Yat from Vietnam is possibly more than 50 meters behind.
yeah, so good call there. It's 40 seconds gap. So here it is here, the leaders, we've got that on the screen and their various times. So 40 seconds difference there between Abdullah and Yat. They came through the transition almost at the same time, but you've got Abdullah just taking it out so far on the run. Third position's Pim, who've been talking about a lot, the young superstar, the Phuket up and coming. He will need to punch out probably a 36 or 37 minutes, I think, to take the win here if he's on the current pace. He's taken a good start to the run, looking at the times ahead of Ronald. And then just through the transition before, you've got Aaron Buchan in 8th position. He's about 2 minutes behind Jaray. And
8 minutes behind the leader.
8 minutes behind the leader, exactly. So Rory Mason will be through, I think, next in terms of the transition. Over to the females. Well, I can give you the females, an update here with the females. And the females, as Jürgen was saying before, you've got Dimity. She's well ahead at the moment. Who's third? Do you know? We've only got their Thai name, but the third for the females?
Thai girl.
Not sure who that is. So 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th are represented by Thailand for the females. That's still on the screen, the males, but we'll get that across to the females in a second. And then Satoa, fantastic runner from Japan. She should, hopefully for her, catch up. Sabine's in 9th position from Australia. Yim Shum from China. So second, that's Inga is in the 2nd position, so soon to come through. Wet, Phun Tok. The cameramen are coming in and they are soaked wet, and they deserve a huge round of applause by the huge crowd we've got here. Mark out there on the scooter in the pouring rain, whilst Jürgen and myself have been doing the hard work here in the studio. And I'd love some coffee at some point. It's a fun event for everyone. It's a bit of a potluck. Everyone gets their jobs to do, and we're more than happy to volunteer and help out. And coming back to the athletes and what they're doing, although we've got Pooh here out on this second here in terms of the coverage of the run. I'll go back to the females. Sorry, here are the females. I say sorry because we were hoping to put that up previously, and we put the males first, and so Dimily is way out in front. Inga through transition, so she's about 4.5 minutes, 5 minutes behind Diminy. And then, yeah, so it's fairly spread out, and then you've got third, fourth, and fifth. So all Thai athletes with their Thai names. So congratulations for them for putting out an excellent bike run. Those 4 Thai athletes, as I was mentioned for the females, will do their transition from the bike onto the run. And the Olympic distance is the 10K run. So we'll go back to the male and see the timing tips. So Tanadol's moved up, he's into 3rd position. Okay, and he's made up some time as well, which is good. So, and Ronald's doing a good run. So Ronald's just clicked over. So Ronald's 30 seconds behind Pim, and Pim is 2 minutes behind Abdullah. And Abdullah has accelerated away from the Vietnamese athletes, Nat, about 50 seconds. And last time we checked in, he was 30 seconds. So good work for him. He's powering on. But we'll be looking at the times that they can hold on to, so we'll be about a gap. Dimity getting some water into her, onto the run. She's leading the female rather comfortably and looking super strong. All the drink sections all set up there, lovely. It's really been well organised, well thought out. Great running track here through the national park, so there'll be no cars in the way. This is exclusive to the Iyara triathlon. Get my words out. We had an early morning, and it's a great run through the national park. I can hear the music pumping outside, so it means it's getting towards the celebration end of the race, but we're not finished yet. Out the way, thank you. Covering the drinks here. Maybe we get the camera back at the leaders and we can follow the men's leaders. I'm going to refresh and I'm going to see where we are in terms of the speed.
I need to go on the course.
Jürgen's going to, yep. He's come slow. You better up you go. So I'm going to say thank you to Jürgen Zach for his VIP comments coming into the studio, and what an honour it's been to share a triathlon event sitting next to him. He's going to go out the front with all the athletes, and as he does, encourage them to finish and cheer them on for their... Give them a push, Jürgen. And Inga here is into the transition, as we said before, the 2nd female Indonesian, and she is looking great. All right, Inga, get those shoes on, and 10K's ahead of her. She's a super fast runner and will do that quite comfortably. So I think that it will be a foregone conclusion. I think you'll see Dimity take out the first and Inga with the 2nd. So I'll get my microphone closer to my mouth and getting a little bit casual towards the end here. Just saw my screen click, and we have Pim flying, catching up very quickly to the Vietnamese athlete. Pim got it. We had a bit of rain, and that's why they had that coverage with the bike stop.
Go, Inge, go, let's go.
McKelly cheering on Inga. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Pushing her along. She looks fantastic. She's a seasoned athlete. She knows what she's doing, and she'll pace herself fantastic for that run. So shout out to Inga. I hope you have a fantastic run. Alrighty, so I'm going to get a split time hopefully soon. Next split will be the 5K mark for the men. and I want to go and see for the 5K where it'll be exciting. So the women's race, Dimity Lejuk way out in front, Inga then way out in front in second, and third and fourth behind those guys with some distance. I'm actually going to go to the female and have a look if I can get any age groupers, because I'd love to be calling everybody, not just the lead athletes, but the age groupers. I'd have to split it up. Apologies. I'll go back to the bend. I might get the 5K. Looking strong. Yep, thumbs up to you. Okay. So right now, still Abdullah from Palestine, second position, Nat from Vietnam, Peem from Thailand in fourth position, Ronald from Indonesia in fourth position, Omar, the second Palestine athlete, as Jürgen Zak was saying, they've sent two of their national runners, or national team. Omar, so you've got in the first top 5, all male athletes are 18 to 29. And then David Aldia and Jeray and Aaron Buchan in the 40 to 49 age group. Aaron Buchan just coming through the 2.5K mark in the run. He's about just here and there. He's about 1.5 to 2 minutes behind Jeray in the 7th position. So it's a good run. It's a tight run. You've only got between the top 5, you've got 4 or 5 minutes separating them. So we'll see who's been putting the work effort into the run, because we could see some of these positions change. My next split for you will be the 5K mark, so I look forward to sharing that with you. We're getting splits every 2.5 kilometres. There's Jeray onto the run, onto his front feet, looking very comfortable, looking great. Dimity. Great. Christoph will share the sheet with us in terms of the time. I've just got Abdullah, the first one through the 5Ks. His time so far is 1:43.43. The next split will give you a 7.5K mark, but more importantly is, where are the runners behind Abdullah? And we'll get that split as it comes through. The longer it takes, the longer the distance that he has ahead, but we'll see where they're coming through. But he's out in front, pulled away. So just go back to the bike. It was Nat and Abdullah neck and neck on the bike. In fact, I think Nat came into transition earlier, and then Abdullah's taking it out so far on the run. He's putting in a huge effort. All right, time to hit refresh and see if I get the update and return. What do I get? Abdullah must be ahead by about a minute so far already, so it will be interesting to see whether or not Peem has caught Nat yet. There we go, and on cue, Peem's into second position, overtaking the Vietnamese athlete, and you can see there Peem is catching slightly. He'll have to bring it up. He's caught back before it was 2 minutes, so he's caught up about 13 seconds. So, and there's 30 seconds behind Pim is the Vietnamese athlete Nat, so about 2.5 minutes ahead of the lead. Okay, that's great. All good. Exciting. Let's see where Ronald comes through. In the females, Dimity's ahead, and looking right now, an estimated time would be, and it's only a rough gauge, would be under 2 minutes. So it's a fast time for her. She's a fantastic runner. So she's coming up to the next split, which will be the 5K mark. Ronald's through, 33 seconds behind Nat. So Ronald is catching on Nat now. So Ronald, okay, could move past. Ronald, a fantastic runner. So it's the exciting, the business part of the section in terms of the race, heading towards the second half of the 10K into the 7.5K mark. Alrighty. It's got to be a close finish, I'm calling it. I think if Pim can 340, if he can do a 340, 345 average for the last 5Ks, yeah. And the other guy goes 4 minutes, just above 4 minutes. That's mathematically how it's possible. But anything can happen in a race, so cheering everybody on. The Phuket young up-and-coming star in second position, behind the more seasoned Palestinian athlete there. But let's refresh and see if I'm going to get my next time soon. I'm going to have a quick look at the sprint. I haven't been. So over in the sprint, wow, nearly fantastic. I mean, it's Thailand for the first top 10. And sprint for females, Renata out in front, Indonesia with about a 5-minute lead. Sarah from Portugal, and then Thai athlete Ramanya from Thailand, and then Iyara Egger from Australia is in 4th position. Italy in 5th. Ladvika. This is for the sprint. I'm covering the sprint distance for the females. Just giving you some times there. Female sprint. As we've been covering more of there it is there. The sprint. Thank you. Shout out there to Christoph in the control room, bringing that up. And Christoph, we might just go sprint male, just if we can, so we can see all the Thai athletes which are really powering through in the sprint. It's like the top 12 athletes are all from Thailand on the sprint. Fantastic. Or top 19, almost top 20 before we've got our first international, which is Benjamin from the United Kingdom. But out in front, Kritnasavam, Ponphai, Thailand, Suvjak in 2nd position, and Jakapat in 3rd position for the sprint. Okay, I'm going to go back now to the triathlon, because we'll be probably coming up to the 7.5K mark hopefully soon. The bike's moving again. Hopefully that means that the sun might have The rain may have stopped. I won't get say the sun's. The next split that we're going to get will be the 7.5. Omar is a DNF, so we just had a cancel. So Omar's not finishing. He's pulled out. So he was in 5th position. So that moves technically Jure up from 6th into 5th position. Jure is about 6.5 minutes off the leader, Abdullah. And then David Aldia is in 7th. Aaron Buchan soon to hopefully click over and get his 7.5K time. He's in 8th position. And we'll see how far behind David Aldia he is once we get that timing chip across. Looks like the weather's cleared up, just looking at that camera, and leaning forward, running well, and so we're 1 minute 52, so 1 hour 52 rather, almost coming up to the 2 hour mark, which is fantastic. Great camera work there, holding it nice and steady and giving us a real good view as they run around the entrance there of the Shiraf National Park. Looking strong. Looking good. From Palestine, that's our leader, Abdullah. And I've just got his 7.5K split. So he's got 2.5Ks to go. The estimated finish time is 2 hours and 7 minutes. So that's only about 10 minutes away. I think it's probably going to be faster than that, just looking at the timing in front of me. But nonetheless, he is ahead. But the big question is, how much is he ahead by? And I'm eagerly waiting because we'll see the gap between the leader and the second place, who is Pim from Phuket. Aaron Buchan out there running. That's his out, and he is coming up to the his next timing chip is 7.5K. So that means he needs to go in, turn around, and come back. And Aaron's currently in 9th position with the DNF, so 8th position. Clear up those drinks cups, thank you, photographer, official photographer there. Rachel Island, hello, there you are, you're doing great, well done. One of the females in... She's put out a great, let's have a look where she's at. Bike out, swim, finish, bike lap, run out. Dimity's got the lead, and Inga is catching up on the run, I think, if I've got the splits right, but we'll have to wait and see. There was a big distance before that. Satoa, we called her before. Satoa's moved up considerably in the run. So she was in 7th or 8th position previously, and she's moved up to 4th. So Satoa is a seasoned long distance runner, both half marathons and full marathons, and she's putting in a fantastic run. So good for her. She's out the run, and I'll get some splits from her. I think it is. I want to bring it up and go male athlete, and okay, so Tanadol is moved to 1 minute 35 seconds. So he is edging in the gap, but it's only 10 Ks. So I think we're going to run out of tarmac, unless, I mean, he's focused. He's looking good. Gee, the other runner's doing well to keep up with him. I don't know who that is. I think that's someone in the sprint distance, but they are punching out a quick time. He's looking fit, looking good, balanced. With the Tanyapura athlete, I think, to the right. They're running sub 4 comfortably, and they're moving well. These guys are both elite athletes. Looking at the style and the times that they're doing, you can see how quickly they're moving ahead of, okay, Tano, Pim, you breathe and push. This is where he's got to, there's Rachel. Abdullah from Palestine ahead, first position so far, a minute and a half ahead. Ronald's moved into third, so we were calling that previously. We were saying how far ahead was Yat from Vietnam. As you recall, he was first out for the swim. He was second on the bike. He's moved now to the 4th position as some of the more quicker runners are overtaking. Jiray's in 5th if you take the DNF from Omar, and David Audier in 6th. And then a Jordanian runner, or athlete rather, is in 7th. Aaron Buchan in 8th. Well, it's go time for the end of this race coming up, and that's what we'll be calling in the short minutes ahead. Another 5 minutes and we should be coming towards a conclusion of this. We'll be calling it down. The exciting part of the races, when we see them do the sprint finish, if they're closing any gaps, but don't know who that other runner is from Tanyapura, but he's putting in a fantastic effort. So we're covering Pim here in 2nd place. Local Phuket, 17 years old, one of the Z coaching athletes. All right, rightfully so. We'll catch up to Abdullah, and we will follow him home. So what the camera crew is doing right now is going from 2nd up into 1st place, who's around about a minute and a bit ahead. That's him there. It's actually, I reckon he's caught it up a little bit. That was a little bit more that. He's looking comfortable. He's got a good stride. He's checking his watch. Yeah, he's relaxed. Well done. I think he's got it, to be honest. I think he's got the race sewn up, and congratulations for that. But let's wait for the end. I've just had Jiray move through the 7.5, so Jiray is under 7 seconds from the leader, and about 4 minutes behind Yat from Vietnam. So Jiray, no, he's too far behind to catch up. David Audier. So what has happened is Jiray's overtaken David Audier on the run, and that puts David Audier into 6th position. then I'm interested to see who's going to be 7th. Will it be the Jordanian athlete or Aaron Buchan? Then we've got Rory Mason from the UK. Encouraging him on. He's almost there. Exciting finish here at Shiraf National Park. Iyara triathlon, Olympic distance, sprint distance, duathlon, Hejere piece. And it's been great to cover. I mean, it's been exciting. It's been a lot of drama with various weather and whatnot, but of course the race must go on, and right now we're covering with the race leader. Decent time as well. Conditioning with the swim would have slowed them down a bit, and the bike conditions as well, but he's doing a great run here. His estimated finish time, according to the clock in front of me, is okay. Race leader is coming to the final turn, so coming to the finish line soon. Cameraman Alan will be ready and covering you there. But great coverage, though. I mean, we're running here with the athlete. It's fantastic coverage that we get to be so close to them and follow them through. He's pretty relaxed. I think that he's paced himself fantastic. And there he is, taking it out in first position. I think the camera skipped there, but not to worry. Congratulations, huge effort there. And he's pretty chilled, he's pretty relaxed. He's not huffing and puffing. It certainly wasn't a hard sprint finish for him, and I think that he's put out a fantastic effort there. Job well deserved, and a huge round of applause for our first male athlete. Number 2 and 3 coming soon. It will likely be Peem, and I'm probably guessing a minute and a bit, minute 20 seconds, I think, behind the leader. It is what I would be predicting. That's not him. That guy is thinking, is this for me? There's Peem in the Z coaching suit. Looking good, comfortable, great effort, second, strong, well done. Still a young athlete, and an awesome effort there, taking second place, and he's training really hard, putting in a lot of effort on the bike and the track sessions. Is that the winner of the sprint? Pim is there. There he is. Some other guy grabbed his. I don't know if that was for you. I think it was for Pim to grab the finish note. Yeah. Hey, congratulations, and finish through. They are holding it up and getting ready for this Pim. Well done. And official time, yeah, so about a minute and a half. So great effort there by both those athletes. Abdullah in first position. So Wadi Cup, congratulations. Renata, I think, did she win for the sprint for the females? She was certainly well ahead. Women, how are we looking with the triathlon? If it is, I'd expect, oh, she's already finished. I say she's already finished. Dimity Lee, I think, is finished. We didn't see the female finish, but it says, according to the, she's already over the line. Well, it is dim, so I think she's done a 2 hour. Is that right? Maybe it says finished. I have to get the official times, but If you look here on this one, thank you, Christoph, in the control center, bring that up. If you see there, it says finished, but it says time and then estimated finish time. Nick, no, sorry, my mistake. I should know how to read it by now. Next split is finished. So she's at the 7.5 going to the finished. Next split is finished. So that should be soon. So we'll get Alan and Michaeli and the crew who are at the finish line to let us, and Alan to let us know when the first female Dimity Duke from Australia will be coming across to take out the winners for the female. Good effort yet from Vietnam. Amazing swim by that guy. He was first out the water with the swim and a very respectable bite. He came in 4th position behind Abdullah Pim Ronald. Didn't see Ronald cross the line, but he has already now, and Ronald has crossed about 2 minutes behind Pim and behind the leader for exactly 4 minutes. Next for the men will be in the Olympic. I expect it to be local legend Iyara. Cameras are going to be searching for Dim. She's out there, and next split will be her is the finish line. So we are going to be covering that. We've probably got Iyara finishing soon. For the men, he'll be coming in officially in 5th position. That will be the next split. Music is pumping. There she is. There's Dimity, number 1. She's happy. It was all game day face. She's powering. Look at her. Well done. Looking strong. Yeah, smiles. She knows. She's got this. Well done, Dim. Pro athlete. Just a lazy weekend for her. She's used to racing and running and doing a fantastic job there. We're all super proud of her. She's out there every single session, and I mean, you don't even look, she's doing other sessions. She puts in a huge amount of hour, week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out, all through the conditions. She's been dedicated to the sport of triathlon, a big figure here in Phuket, and she's certainly done a huge amount for the community as well. She's also the chairwoman of our Z Coaching Foundation, so a huge heart as well as a fantastic athlete mindset. Here she is. Couldn't be prouder, couldn't be happier. You beauty. Well done, Dim. And I'm going to clap. Well done. Yes. Yes. Well done. On you, mate. She's done a fantastic job. Big fan of Dimity Duke, and she's taken out just another one of her events in Thailand. She takes out the winner, and well done. They're sponsored by On Shoes there, and one of her sponsors, Precision Hydration Hat. All good. Well done, Dim. We'll get your official time soon, but it seems to me that it's a 2:09. Iyara, well done, Iyara. In 5th, yeah, 2:10. Well done. So he finishes about 7 minutes behind the leader. Happy faces of those who have finished. one of our camera crew there. G'day, and thank you for the coverage today. Excellent effort. Calling through now, we'll probably get David Audi, I think will be next. Aaron Buchan's dropped back. I think Rory Mason's overtaken him if I'm through, but let's wait and see. On the female side, we'll get... Satoa's moves up to third. I was calling it early. Fantastic runner, but she's powering home. That's Aaron Buchan there. No, David Audia. That's David. Well done, David, from Spain. España. Hola. So the Jordanian athlete is Abdulaziz in 6th and David Audia in 7th. Congratulations, working the top 10. What I find interesting is you've got, for the age groups, you've got the 18 to 29-year-olds, then you've got the 40 to 49-year-olds. The first 30 to 39 is in 11th position total. So Chen Wei from Thailand. I think that's him there, actually. Always good to see the age groupers. Gleb up in 18th for Satoa, female, third. I think we'll have Inga finish soon. I'm just going to have a sip of water and cool the finish. I think that was Aaron Buchan. Thumbs up from him. So, third place for the females. I believe it's Satoa from Japan. She's moved up, I'm saying, about 4 or 5 positions from the bike onto the run. So clearly a star out on the run course today and doing a phenomenal job. As I was saying, she's a seasoned long distance runner. Fantastic marathon runner, a half marathon runner, which is brilliant. There's Rachel Ireland pushing it. She'll be, I think, if I'm looking at the females, fantastic. All right. Dim, Inga, we're looking for you, Inga. Congratulations to you. You're not Inga, but congratulations for your race. That's Rory, I think, coming in for the men. That's why they were holding it up. Mate, that's a fabulous run. Rory Mason, I'm sure, has just finished in 2 hours and 30. And he has, in official time, 2:14.56, taking our 8th position, and that's a solid run by Rory. He's overtaken Aaron Buchan on the run, and we'll have Aaron, the next athlete, coming through, I'm pretty sure, for the men. Congratulations. We've got it held up for you, but we're not. There we go. Congratulations. Pick it up and drop the ribbon. The ribbon's rain-soaked after we had some rain today, but happy faces and congratulations for finishing a awesome event. Some rain? Yeah, a little bit. I mean, September. in Phuket. Yes, well done. Happy smiles for you. Well done. Congratulations. Is that... not sure who that is, but well done. She's happy. Kiss the sky and... Okay, so... Nikita in Russia has overtaken Aaron Buchan and taken our 8th position. Inga should be anytime soon. There's Aaron, I think. Push Aaron. He's feeling it a bit. He's all right. He's doing okay, and he's happy, I think. Let's go. And through. And Aaron, on your clock. He's hurt a little bit. He's a couple of there he is. I can tell by his smile. He's like, oh, I wish I ran a little bit better than that. But well done, mate. You're a champ. That gets you in the top 10 and 2 hours, 16:59. A few minutes there behind 8th and 9th place, and not too far off, only about 14 off the race leader. That is your top 10 for the men in the Olympic distance. I'm just going to run it through one more time. Actually, I'm going to call out to Christoph. Can I get the top 10 on the screen so when we can see everybody's times and where they finish through the top 10 men? And then I'm going to call in Inga to come in for the second female, but bringing hopefully it onto the screen. You'll see now Abdullah there, Palestine, winner of the event. Pim, local Phuket, in second position. Ronald, Indonesia, third. Nyat from Vietnam, amazing swimmer, and held on for fourth. Jiray, local legend, in fifth position. Congratulations, Jiray. The Jordanian athlete in Abdulaziz in sixth. David Aldia, we saw finish the line in seventh. Roy Mason, great run, mate. Well done. Nikita, we didn't talk about you much, but congratulations from Russia. You have picked up a few positions towards the end. And Aaron Buchan in 10th, your top 10 men. Congratulations. Now we're going to go over to the female and watch, hopefully, Inga come in soon. And we'll see what time she comes in at. But I'm expecting her to come across any moment and take out second position with Satoa chasing her down in third. Satoa was 7 minutes on the last split, so I don't think that, yeah, she won't be able to catch her. But no one's going to catch Satoa, I think, in terms of that third position. So I think we've got it in front of us now. First, second, and third for the females, although the official they have to finish the race. But I think from this Olympic distance, we're going to see those for the top. And congratulations to all of them. The Chinese runner, Yim, we haven't spoken much. We haven't covered you much. But congratulations, you're in fourth so far. You've still got 2.5 Ks to run. And then we've got a number of the Thai athletes. So good mixture of international and Thai athletes for the female triathlon Olympic distance. 10K run, 40K bike, and the 1.5K swim. Thank you to all of the event organisers and to the sponsors. You can just see there on that finish line, the quality of the sponsorship is just phenomenal. You've got big sponsors here at this event. It's the debut event for the Iyara triathlon, and it's been really well covered by quality athletes in terms of the times and the speeds that they put in, particularly across the various disciplines, but in the run it's just been fantastic. So all that hard work and all those hard efforts and all the hours that they put in, week out, is showing here, and congratulations. You should be very proud of your efforts, and could it be in better position in terms of Shriya National Park with all this nature around us. So a stunning place to come and visit. If you're thinking of a holiday, think of Phuket, Thailand. They don't pay me to say that, but I just love the place, and so I'm just saying that out of my own heart. I think it's an awesome place for families to come. Beaches, food. It's an amazing place, and Phuket's put in a lot of infrastructure and new roads as well, so it's very easy to move around and get around and have a fantastic time. Well, lots of different hotels that they have on offer here. So back to talking about sports, this is just a fantastic event that we've been able to celebrate in Phuket, and I'm really looking forward to calling the final leaders through for we'll say the final leaders, the second and third and fourth place. I think this is the lead for the sprint. Sprint male, I think. No, it's not lead. Lead age grouper, if I was saying that, for the sprint, if I'm right. Congratulations. Yes, well done. All right, triathlon, female, bring that up. That looks like Gleb. I know Gleb's running style from a long distance away, and Gleb he did well on the run. Well done, Gleb. Gleb from Russia, he has done a fantastic job. Another of the Phuket athletes. That's